Oh, we are. We're not here to socialize. Everybody, and welcome to the January 11th, 2024 meeting of the Code Enforcement Board. Happy New Year to everyone. Fine way to spend a Happy New Year in here, but we'll get through it. If it goes on longer than 11, we'll take a short break, but I think that we can move through the new cases pretty quickly. So anyway, I'll call the meeting to order. Madam Secretary, may we have a roll call?
Yes, ma'am. Mr. Harrington?
Here.
Miss Karen Roby? Here. Miss Carrie Marsh? Mr. Mahegan?
Here.
And Madam Chair?
Here?
I'm sorry, I missed Mrs. Himes.
All right,
Thank you.
there you go. Yeah, you're forgiven. We have a quorum. Carrie Marsh is not here. Do we have a motion to excuse? Motion, Ms. Himes, second.
Second.
Second, Mr. Harrington. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Like sign opposed, motion carries. Okay. Everybody had a chance to read all the minutes? Okay.
Madam Chair, I make a motion that the minutes be accepted with necessary corrections.
Okay. Motion is made by Ms. Himes to accept the minutes as written. There a second?
Second.
Second, Ms. Roby. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Like sign opposed, motion carries. Does anyone need to disclose any ex parte communication? Do we have any announcements, Madam Secretary?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Starting on page 5. Case number 11. CEB 05 2377, 67. 339 South Martin Luther King will be via Zoom.
Oh, Zoom last.
5,
Okay.
page 5,
Okay.
case 11. Okay, the next page is page 7. Page 7, case number 17, CEB 01-24-3. 1815 North Oleander will be via Zoom. Page 11. Case number 33. CEB 01-24-27. 216 Zelda Boulevard is in compliance as of 1/10/24.
That's it?
No, ma'am, I got one.
Okay, good.
One more. I'm sorry, I just passed the page. Page 10. Case number 31. CEB 01-24-21. 318 Flushing Avenue is in compliance as of January 10, 2024.
Okay.
Excuse me, which case number?
31.
31 on 10, page 10.
This one. And those are my announcements.
Okay.
Haven't seen anybody else.
All right, would our code officers please stand up and be sworn in?
Raise your right hand. Do you solemnly swear or affirm that the testimony you're about to provide is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth? Thank you.
All right, here's our procedure, everyone. We'll be calling cases by number, and for the most part, in orders that are listed on the agenda. If there are attorneys present that have to be in court, we'll hear those cases first. If there are police officers who are going to testify and must get back to assignment and duty, we'll hear those cases first. When your case is called, please come forward and be sworn in. State your name and address for the record. If you're not the owner of the property, please state your relationship to the owner of the property and whether or not you have permission to speak for the owner. Our proceedings are recorded, so please speak into the mic. The board hears from code officers first, and then you'll be given the opportunity to respond. You can direct all your responses to the board, please. Sometimes there are witnesses here that would like to testify, and we allow that in certain circumstances. As I said, if we need a break, we'll take one at 11 for 5 or 10 minutes, hoping to get through it. The new cases, if you're here for a new case, it's really pretty simple procedure. What we do is listen to the testimony of the code officer and look at the pictures that they provide and decide whether or not you're in compliance or non-compliance. Nothing. If we find you in non-compliance, that's all that we do today. We don't fine you today. We don't do anything like that. You will be given an opportunity to come into compliance if you're not in compliance. So that's where we are, and we're going to start with our lien review. CEB 0223-38529 Live Oak Avenue. The respondent here? Good start. Well, I guess we only... Good morning.
What's that? What are we talking about? Which one? Did she do? Is that what she announced? Okay. Whatever you, yeah, thank you. I don't know nothing about the circumstance. I'm sorry. If you can have a moment, Madam Chair.
Go ahead.
Madam Chair, members of the board.
Yes.
Anthony
Good
Jackson.
morning.
Good morning. Anthony Jackson, attorney for the city. What we'd like to do on that, if we can, is ask, this is the lien review that you called?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, we would ask if we can just move it to later in the agenda. They're not here now, but we'd like to be able to handle it if we can. So if we can move it later into the agenda and see if they arrive.
Do we have any idea why they're not here? They just didn't show up?
Do you? Okay. At least I'm getting an indication from staff, okay.
Okay, Sarah Kirk, Inspector with the city. It was just put into compliance, so there might have been miscommunication. I'm not sure. I'm going to contact them, though, right now and see if they're aware.
Okay.
Thank you.
Nice, so I guess we'll skip doing that for the time being. Let's move on to our continued cases. Continued cases are cases that have been found in non-compliance. People were given a certain amount of time to come into compliance, but they haven't come into compliance for one reason or another. So those are the cases we're hearing now. And the first case is CEB 0423-62, Daniel Snyder.
Mark Jones,
Good morning.
good morning. Field Supervisor, my credentials are on file. The respondent was first notified of this violation back in February of 2023. Since last hearing in October, I haven't had any contact from the property owner, but permanent inspections are continuing. I'd like to ask that we amend this to the March cutoff to give them time to be complete with the remodel.
So they do have permits now?
Yes, they have permits and they've been having ongoing inspections.
Okay.
For the record, what day would that be? But then,
The March cutoff would be March 6th,
March 6th, okay.
2024.
Okay. Chair will entertain motion to amend the previous order of noncompliance and allow respondent until March 6th to come into compliance or be returned to a subsequent meeting for consideration of a fine of up to $1,000 per day until compliance is achieved. Such motion? Motion, Ms. Roby, second, Ms. Himes. All in favor say aye. Like sign opposed, motion carries. Case number 2, CEB 1023131, Carnell Edwards Estate.
What's with the hat?
Morning, sir.
Morning.
State your name and address for the record and be sworn in.
Van Edwards, 1851 LPJ Boulevard, Daytona Beach, Florida.
Your name's Van or?
Van, like the one you drive, V-A-N.
Yeah.
Yes.
Was there somebody named John here before? No.
No.
Van, you were here before?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, all right. Good morning, Mr. Butler.
Good morning.
Excuse me. No, he wasn't
Oh,
sworn in.
I'm sorry.
Need you to raise your right hand, sir. Do you solemnly swear or affirm that the testimony you're about to provide is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes.
Thank you.
Morning.
Good morning, Inspector Butler. Credentials on file with the City of Daytona Beach. As it pertains to 340 North Caroline Street, since last month, court proceedings, I've had contact with the property owner. There has been progress on the home, and at this point, we want to request that we extend to the February cutoff. He has some things he would like to share with you as well.
Okay. What would you like to tell us, sir?
Well, the two areas, I've been told that the fellow that's helping with the softening fascia will be done in the next 7 days.
Okay.
And the roof will probably need to be rolled because can't get a permit for it.
You can't get a
Yeah,
permit?
the property, and I'll have to address this from the last time too. I did contact my brother.
Okay.
It's 5 siblings, a total of 6 of us.
Yeah,
And we're all spread out. So the one that was the executor when my dad died, I did contact him, so we're trying to get that matter straightened out about the name that's on the
okay.
on the house, which is still my dad. Yes, ma'am.
What do you have left to do?
Just the softening fascia, and Mr. Butler pointed out to me that I should probably get the house painted. We pressure washed, but there's still the few spots in the front
Okay.
there. So we're gonna try and take care of that as well.
Good, okay. Any discussion from the board? Okay.
You did say that you could complete it, say, in the next 2 weeks.
Well, the softening fascia will be
Yeah.
done in the next 7 days. I'm
Okay.
hoping that we can get this house painted,
Before that
within a
date.
reasonable time. Yes,
Okay.
yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Madam Chair, I motion that we accept it. It is.
Okay, Ms. Himes has made a motion to amend the previous order of noncompliance and allow respondent until February 7th to come into compliance or be returned to a subsequent meeting for consideration of a fine of up to $1,000 per day. Is there a second? Second, Ms. Roby. All in favor say aye. Aye. Like sign opposed. Motion carries. Thank you for working on it. I know it's been tough with probate and everything.
Thank you.
Okay. Thank you. Just stay in touch with Mr. Butler.
Yes,
Okay.
ma'am.
Good, so you have your time. Case number 3, CEB 08-23-113, Lois Jean Clark. Clark here?
Okay, as it pertains to 322 North Caroline Street, since August, court proceedings have had no contact with the property owner, and there has been no progress. Staff requests $100 a day to a maximum of $10,000.
So nobody's even making an effort, huh?
Well, that was one of the homes where they were talking about the city's list, but after research, it's a tough situation, so.
It is a tough
yeah,
situation, in what way?
It is. Well, as you can see, there's no progress. I mean, it's
Yeah.
still at the same state
Right,
over the last 6-7 months.
yeah.
The owner never contacted you?
I've had contact with them, but I haven't heard anything from them, I'll be honest, over the last 60 days.
Any discussion from, any other discussion from the board? Okay, Chair will entertain a motion to impose a fine of $100 per day against the respondent effective today, January 11th, and continue until compliance is achieved or reaches a maximum of $10,000. Such a motion? Was that Mr. Harrington made the motion and Ms. Himes the second?
Yes.
All in favor say aye. Aye. Like sign opposed. Motion carries. Okay, case number 4, CEB 09-23-116, John and Brenda Egner at 645 Cherry Street. Good morning, Mr. Garcia.
Good morning. Inspector Garcia, credentials on file. Respondent was first notified of the violations on May 12, 2023. Since the last hearing, I have had contact through the workers. That's how I get through the workers. I get through contact to the owner, the guy that's making all the repairs. The property is not occupied, and progress has been made. As you can see through the last pictures, everything has been done. The only thing we're waiting on is for a final on the permit.
Oh,
So once the permit is final, then it will be completed. So we're asking to amend to the next cutoff. These are the final pictures.
Okay. Good. Okay. Chair will entertain a motion to amend the previous order of noncompliance and allow respondent until, what is that date? 2/7 to come into compliance or be returned to a subsequent meeting for consideration of a fine of up to $1,000 per day. Such a motion?
Second.
Motion, Ms. Roby, second, Ms. Himes. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Like sign opposed. Motion carries. Oh, there it is. Okay. That here, so I can. We are on now, case number 5, CEB 10-23-127, John and Martha Allen,
For this case, the respondent was
728 Essex. Go ahead.
Yes, respondent was first notified of violations on August 10, 2023. Since the last hearing, I have had no contact. The only person I have contact with is tenants that are there on the property, or so-called tenants, and they just ignore me. They don't give me any reason, any information on the owner.
Hey, is that mic on?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sorry, I got a cold and.
Oh,
The property is occupied. Progress, there's no progress. And staff recommending a fine of $100, capped at $15,000.
So it's the same old thing that's been going on for a while.
Yeah, there's a shed in the back that was done without a permit, and there's other structures in the back, as you see in these pictures. There's tents and believed to be people living in them. They're getting
People,
Yeah.
not just one person, not just the wife.
several, yeah, and I've seen people going in and out during my re-inspections.
Okay. What is your recommendation again?
$100 a day, capped at 15,000. 10,000, I'm sorry. This is owner occupied.
Who-
Owners or?
One owner, one of them is deceased.
The wife is the owner.
Right,
Okay.
The ill or deceased?
deceased.
The other one's deceased,
Yeah, we had to,
Mr.
I don't know if you remember, we had to move this case because we had to
right,
yeah.
yeah, because you had to re-notify and do all that. They've had plenty of time. And no contact, no nothing, and they're not here. Any discussion? I'd kind of like to make it 150.
Make a motion.
Okay.
I've also had to do all the postings.
Yeah. So does anyone want to, I mean, that's my opinion. Does anyone want to make a motion? Chair will entertain a motion to impose a fine of $150 per day against the respondent effective today, January 11th, and continue till compliance is achieved or reaches a maximum of $10,000. Such a motion?
Second.
Motion, Ms. Roby, second, Mr. Harrington. All in favor say aye. Like sign opposed, motion carries. Okay, thank you very much. Case number 6, CEB 04-20-84, Larry Sanders at 721 Loomis. Mr. Sanders available?
Can't believe you're not here.
Huh?
He's not here.
Uh-huh, well, yeah. Hi, Ms. Kirk, good morning.
Hi, good morning. Sarah Kirk, Inspector with the city. My credentials are on file. Mr. Sanders is on the waiting list, as we all know. I have spoken with Ms. Tolliver in redevelopment. He has been in contact with multiple people in the city. So he's going to have a rebuild. The program has not restarted yet for this year. So we're asking to amend 3 months for compliance, and that would be the April cutoff.
Yeah.
Yes, please.
Okay. That would mean April 3rd, right? All right, Chair will entertain a motion to amend the previous order of noncompliance and allow respondent until April 3rd, 2024 to come into compliance or be returned to a subsequent meeting for consideration of fine of up to $1,000 a day. Such a motion?
So moved.
Okay, we have a motion, Ms. Himes. Do we have a second? Second, Ms. Roby. All in favor say aye. Like sign opposed. Motion.
No.
There, all right, so we have, it's 3-2. Are you opposed?
No.
All right, let's have a roll call. I think it's 3-2, right? Or it's 4-2.
4-1.
4-1. Okay. Let's have a roll call since I screwed that up.
Ms. Roby?
Yay.
Mr. Harrington?
No.
Ms. Hines?
Yes.
Mr. Mahegan?
Yes.
And, Hyundai, yes, so that, 1, 2, 3, 4-1. Motion passed. Okay. Case number 7, CEB 09-22-204, Bonnie Boudreaux Keating.
Okay, since the last hearing, there has been some progress. This is the case that's involving the vacation of the right-of-way. So they're not able to get permits until that process has been completed. City Commission did vote and approved it, so it's on the way. So with that being said, we'd like to ask to amend till the April cutoff for compliance or to see where we're at that point.
Yeah, I remember that was in front of the commission already, so, okay. Chair will entertain a motion to amend the previous order of non-compliance and allow respondent until April 4th to come in, April 3rd to come into compliance and be returned to a subsequent meeting for consideration of a fine of up to $1,000 per day. Is there such a motion?
So, second.
Motion, Ms. Roby, second, Ms. Himes. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Like sign opposed, motion carries. Case number 8, CEB 11-22-249, Charlene Roberts at 612 Landville, Landval,
Roland,
Rollins, Rollins.
Okay,
Thank you.
this case is the same situation as the last case. They're waiting on permits for the vacation of the right-of-way. So I'd like to ask to amend to the April cutoff.
Okay. Chair will entertain a motion to amend the previous order of noncompliance and allow respondent until April 3rd to come into compliance to be returned to a subsequent meeting for consideration of fine of up to $1,000 per day. Such a motion? Motion, Ms. Roby, second, Ms. Himes. All in favor, say aye. Like sign opposed, motion carries. Case number 9, CEB 07-21-223, Tracy Smith.
Okay, this case is on the city's assistance waiting list.
okay.
Okay, she's on the rehab, the master list, plumbing, HVAC, doors, windows, siding. Since the last hearing, I have had contact. There hasn't been any progress, so staff is recommending to amend till the April cutoff for compliance.
Ms. Kirk,
Yes, ma'am.
I see here it's still have damaged roof. Hasn't that been repaired?
Right, yeah, that one has been fixed. That's the only one on there that's should be crossed off.
It's just the missing siding, bare surface, and damaged doors and windows.
Correct.
But they're getting there.
Yeah,
Right, yes, that's correct.
They've been funded and they're getting there.
I don't know about the funding, I just know that I have verified that she is on these lists with the city
Okay.
and been in contact with the city as well.
All right. Chair will entertain a motion to amend the previous order of noncompliance and allow respondent until April 3rd to come into compliance or be returned to a subsequent meeting for consideration of a fine of up to $1,000 per day until compliance is achieved. Such a motion?
so moved.
Motion, Ms. Himes. Is there a second? Second, Ms. Roby. All in favor, say aye. Like sign opposed.
No.
Motion carries 4-1. Okay?
Could I ask?
Go ahead.
Madam Chair, it seemed to the department give you a date when they will start doing this?
Not yet. The only information I have is that a little bit hopeful is that it hasn't started this year yet. So that means to me that it's going to start at some point soon.
Okay. Okay, those last two are yours. Case number 10, CEB 04-23-61. Emerita Velasquez and Rosa Hendricks. Good morning. Good morning. Hi, how are you?
Oh, God.
Okay, state your name and address for the record.
Mi nombre es Emerita Lisette Velázquez. Mi dirección es 646 Marco Street, Daytona Beach, 32114.
My name is Emerita Velasquez. My address is 646 Market Street, Daytona Beach, Florida, 32114.
Great, okay, so
They need to be sworn
we
in.
do have, oh, you need to be sworn in as well.
We both, raise your right hand. We're gonna do you first.
Primero el intérprete. Baje la mano. Baje la mano.
Do you solemnly swear or affirm that the interpretation you will give in this hearing will be true interpretation from English to Spanish and Spanish to English? Questions asked and answered given, and you will make true translation in English of any written which is required by you to decipher or translate to the best of your ability.
Yes, I do. Minerva Samayoa, certified Spanish interpreter.
Thank you. Ms. Velazquez?
Ms.
Ahora,
Kirk?
señora Velázquez, por
Oh,
favor.
you need to sign it with, okay,
Levante
swear
la
in,
mano
okay.
derecha.
Do you solemnly swear or affirm that the testimony you're about to provide is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Usted jura solemnemente o declara que el testimonio que está a punto de rendir será la verdad, toda la verdad y nada más que la verdad.
Sí, lo juro.
Yes, I do.
Thank you.
All right, Ms. Kirk?
Okay, since the last hearing, there hasn't been any progress. There has been there has been contact, not much progress. I did have a conversation with Ms. Velasquez, and from my understanding, she is going to relocate the shed, and it's going to go to a family member's house in a different city, near a neighboring city.
And when is that supposed to occur? Well, I'll ask her. But,
Okay, we were going to ask for 60 days till the March cutoff to have that completed.
okay. Ms. Velasquez, when is the shed going to be moved?
¿Cuándo van a trasladar ese cobertizo?
Ok, mi hermano Henry Wilson Castillo tiene su otra casa y él tiene como 2 violaciones en su casa, y hasta que no corrija las 2 violaciones no puede pedir permiso para llevar la casita shed de mi mamá para la casa de él.
Well, we're planning to send the shed to my brother's property. He has, my brother's name is Wilson Castillo. And however, he has 2 violations in his property. He has to amend and he has to comply with those violations first in order to request a permit so we can transfer my mom's shed to his property.
Okay, this is getting,
Madam Chair, can I ask
Go
a
ahead.
question? Where is the property located?
yeah,
¿Dónde está
good
ubicada
question.
la propiedad?
1106 Buenavista Drive, Daytona Beach, 117.
Buena Vista Drive?
Buenavista Drive.
1106 Buena Vista Drive in Daytona Beach, 32117.
A él le corresponde en otras direcciones la ciudad de ir, en otro, como en Dilan.
I believe that he has to go to the land for that address.
The properties in DeLand?
¿La propiedad está en Dilan o dónde está?
I'm totally confused.
No, en la 1106 Buenavista Drive, sería en Daytona.
In Daytona, the address is 1106 Buena Vista Drive.
Yeah, Buena Vista is here.
Yeah, I mean, I know the name, but probably other cities have it too, but
Did she say it was in D-Land?
Usted dijo que era
what's
en Dilan.
DeLand got to do with it?
No,
¿Qué tiene que ver Dilan con esto?
a la dirección donde él le corresponde ir a lo de la ciudad. Él va como para otra dirección. No le corresponde venir aquí.
He doesn't have to come here. He has to go to a different office, a governmental office in Dilan.
That doesn't seem right. If there's a code
Oh, pues
if there's,
no sé.
is it a code violation?
¿Quebrantamiento de alguna ley de la ciudad?
De él. No, él hizo una cerca que la restauró, estaba vieja, la puso nueva, pero no pidió permiso.
I agree.
No pidió permiso.
Madam Chair.
No, sobre la cerca.
He installed a new fence which was old and it needed to be repaired. So he did not request a permit, so now he has to go
All right.
and fix it.
Okay, so we've heard enough about the brother. Now, Mr. Sykes?
Yeah, the address is in the county. It's north
Oh,
of.
it's a county.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it has a
That makes sense.
32117
Okay.
zip code, but it's in
Yeah.
the county.
Es una propiedad en el condado.
All right,
Entonces, aunque sea un código de 321.
I don't know that we're going to wait, this is my opinion, that I want to wait for months and months for him to solve his code cases.
Para que él
Uh,
resuelva el problema que él tiene con sus quebrantamientos.
I think this
Yo
is,
pienso que
been over a year now, and we appreciate that you've done everything else. I appreciate that you've done everything else, but I think we need to move it along.
necesitamos
And I think that Ms. Kirk said March 6th, right?
Right, have it out by March 6th.
But I'm thinking February 7th. What's everybody else think? Okay?
Hasta el 7 de febrero tiene.
Ay,
All right.
Está bien duro esto.
Yeah,
This is
we
gonna
we
be
need to
very
move this
hard.
along. It's been
Necesitamos
enough.
ver
It has to go. The shed has to go for you to come into compliance. We're not trying to be mean, but we keep going round in circles with this, and this could be months and months more of your time and our time and everything else, so, and code time, so we need to move this along, and maybe that's not the right place for it, I don't know. All right, so we have a motion to amend the previous order of noncompliance and allow respondent until February 7th to come into compliance or be returned to a subsequent meeting for a fine of up to $1,000 per day until compliance is achieved. Is there a second? Second, Ms. Roby. All in favor say aye. Like sign opposed. Motion carries. So you're gonna have to get rid of the shed and call, when it's gone, you, need to call Ms. Kirk.
Sí.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
Ok. Muchas gracias. Thank you very much.
All right. We have a Zoom call next. Is that ready? Good morning. This is case number 11. Can you hear us? We can't hear you. Hold on. Are you muted?
He's not muted on my end. Can you see if you're using a microphone on the webcam? My apologies,
It's okay. Do you want to talk to him? We're not hearing you, sir, for one reason or another.
Okay, let's do this.
You must have it muted on that end.
Carrot next to the microphone icon.
While we're waiting, when was the last time we heard this case? What, you know,
Okay, we're gonna postpone this case till we get things squared away, and then we'll go back to it. Go ahead, Mr.
I just, if you know the last date that we heard this case?
I believe it was not December, so it must have been November.
November, I think.
What did we rule
We
that?
didn't have a quorum.
have a quorum.
Oh, it was
Oh,
October.
October.
Yeah.
October.
So it was October.
Well,
So whatever we agreed to in October is what should be dealing with.
He needs to hear.
yeah, we can't really talk about it yet. Let's
Yeah,
wait
I
till
just
he
wondered
comes back.
what
Okay,
we-
so October was the last time. Okay.
Continued for 30 days.
We'll get back to you, sir, when we can hear you. We can't hear your case without you being able to hear us.
He can
Okay,
hear us.
he can hear us, right, okay. All right, so we'll move on to our new cases. As I said, these cases are, you're either in compliance or you're not in compliance. If we find that you're not in compliance, you'll be given 30 days or longer, depending on the situation, to come into compliance. There are no fines issued. We just encourage you to come into compliance and make progress. All right, so new cases. Case number 12, CEB 01-24-24, Christina Ramdular. Respondent present? Okay. Good morning, Mr. Wiggins.
Good morning, good morning. Inspector Curtis Wiggins, credentials on file. This case was opened on June 30th, 2023. It was actually field generated. First notice received was August 3rd, 2023 for overgrown landscaping, exterior siding coming apart, dilapidated roof, dilapidated front porch/deck. The compliance was due by September the 2nd, 2023. I have had contact with the owner, but the issue still remains. Staff recommends non-compliance, compliance, next cutoff.
What issues still remain?
Pretty much everything.
Everything.
Yeah.
Are they living there?
No, it's vacant. She was supposed to have sold it, at least that's what she told me in December.
The what?
She's supposed to have sold the property.
Yeah, well, if it's
Nothing.
not recorded, there's not much
Right.
we can do about it. What happened to that big bush? Did they cut it down?
No, it's.
Oh, that's in the back.
Yeah, on the side of it, actually.
Right, I
Yeah.
couldn't tell because that covers half the house.
Yeah.
All right, this is a real good example of how our new cases operates. We have pictures, we can see the person's not here to talk about the case. So it becomes just a case of you're in compliance, you're not in compliance, and we listen to the testimony of the code officer. All right, so, the chair will entertain a motion to find respondent in non-compliance and or the respondent to come into compliance by the next cutoff date, which is 2/7/24, or be returned to the board for consideration fine of up to $1,000 a day. Is there such a motion?
Second.
Mr. Harrington made the motion, Ms. Himes the second. All in favor say aye. Like sign opposed, motion carries. Case number 13, CEB 01-24-9, BAT Development LLC. 712 and 714 Park Drive. Anyone here for that? Okay.
Okay, this is a complaint-generated case that I received March 28th of 2023 for no rental license and no permit for fencing. I posted the property on 5/4/23, that was first notification. I re-inspected the property on January 10th of 2024. It's not in compliance. I have spoken with the property owner and he is working on it. Staff is requesting a finding of non-compliance with compliance by the March cutoff.
Tell me why it's been so long and nothing's been done, and what do you say has?
There was to my understanding, you have to take care of the code issue, the permit for the fence before the rental license. So this
Well, that makes
person applied for the rental license, and then there was some time that went by, and he didn't, was told he couldn't get the permit for the, I'm not sure. It was just a confusion. So I've spoken with him. I don't think 30 days would be enough time for him to reasonably come into compliance. I feel 60 days would at least give him some time, and if he's not, then we'll go from there.
Any other comments? Any comments from the board?
It has,
It's been a while.
it hasn't been 30 or 60 days.
Right.
It's it's been 8 months.
Right.
Keep going through this dance.
Yeah.
And I personally don't want it.
Okay, anybody else?
Applies to
Madam
new
Chair.
case.
I'm sorry, I'm gonna be heard. Remember, we're on the new cases here, so the real issue is only how much time they have to comply.
Correct.
Yeah,
So that's what we're talking about.
Okay.
So a case, but he was notified. We're talking about the notification date was in May.
But that will become an issue with staff, and I think.
So he knew that, or the development LLC knew that something was missed, and it's been since May. That's, okay, all right. How does, I say just next month, non-compliance next month.
Make a motion for non-compliance, next cutoff.
All right, Mr. Harrington has made a motion to find respondent non-compliance in order the respondent to come into compliance by 2/7/24. or be returned to the board for consideration of a fine of up to $1,000 per day. There's a second by Ms. Himes. All in favor say aye. Aye. Like sign opposed. Motion carries. Okay, case number 14. CEB 01-24-23. Tashonda Smallbush and Tanisha Smallbush at 600 South Caroline. Good morning, sir.
Good
State your
morning.
name and address for the record.
I'm Darrell Bush, 600 South Carolina Street, Daytona Beach, Florida, 32117. I'm Tashonda's husband.
Can you spell your first name for me, please?
Deryl.
Okay.
And your last name was Bush?
Mm-hmm.
I'm Tashonda.
Oh, hello.
Hi.
Are you both going to be testifying, or?
Well, I was gonna have him speak for me. It's
Fine.
okay if I
That's
stay out with the
absolutely
baby?
fine. Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
Be sworn in.
Will you raise your right hand, sir? Do you solemnly swear or affirm that the testimony you're about to provide is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you.
Okay, Ms. Kirk.
Okay. This is a field-generated case that I opened on May 24th of 2023 for broken window, damaged fence. I posted the property July 21st of 2023. That's first notification. I visited the property January 10th of 24. It's non-compliance. Staff's recommending a finding of non-compliance with compliance due by the next cutoff.
What can you tell us, sir?
Yeah,
Well, first of all, let me ask you a question. Who's Tanisha?
That's a sister.
Sister. So both sisters are the people that own the property.
Yes,
But
ma'am.
you're speaking for
Yes.
your wife. Okay.
Yeah, I got the gate up already and I fixed both windows on both sides. This is like the third time it's happening, by it being a corner house and no one living in it. I guess the kids.
Vacant, so you don't live there?
No, it's a rental property. We working on it, but I should have somebody in there like about two or 3 months from now. But it's like every time I fix it, they just walk by and throw bottles at it or bust the glass out, and I have to keep fixing the glass. Then they keep running up on the gate. That's the second time the gate happened like that as well. But I guess as soon as I get somebody in there, I'm gonna add cameras to it too. I did the gate yesterday and replaced all the windows yesterday. So she ride by there today, she'll see it's fixed.
Okay, well then, when you do that, make sure that you call Ms. Kirk so she
Alright.
can come by right away.
Yes, ma'am.
And, because she's the one that puts you in compliance, we don't do that, she does that. I'm sorry you're having those problems at that house.
So like, I wanna add, sorry for cutting y'all,
Go
can I
ahead.
put up boards? Or
Ask-
would that look tacky or?
I spoke with your wife about putting the property on the no trespass arrest list, so I'm not sure if she's done that yet. I sent her an email with the paperwork, but we could go, I could give her a call later today and we could go over that.
All right.
Okay.
Okay.
Have you applied for your rental license and all, or are you just waiting to find somebody to go in?
Yes, just waiting.
Well, you can't apply for a rental license until you're in compliance, so, yeah. Right, that's correct, right? Okay, all right.
So what was the recommendation?
Next.
Next cutoff. Next cutoff.
Make a motion for the next cutoff.
All right. Ms. Himes has made a motion to find respondent non-compliance and respondent to come into compliance by the next cutoff date or be returned to the board for consideration of a fine of up to $1,000 per day. Is there a second? Second, Ms. Roby. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Like sign opposed. Okay, just stay in touch with her. If it's fixed now, tell her it's fixed and, want her to come inspect, okay?
All right, yes, ma'am.
Thank you.
All right, yeah.
Case number 15, CEB 01-24-12, Janice Faye Williams, Lily Mae Williams, Elizabeth Williams Estate. Anyone here?
Okay, this was
Go ahead,
a,
Ms. Kirk.
thank you. This was a complaint-generated case I received April 25th of 2023 for an expired demo permit, inoperable vehicle. First notification was 5/11/23. I re-inspected the property January 10th of 2024. Staff's requesting a finding of non-compliance with compliance by the next cutoff.
Ms. Kirk, the demo was for,
There's a, I believe it's 819. There's a small building in the back.
So it's not, the house, there's something in the back of the house?
Right, yeah, I believe it was two buildings, 821 and 819.
Have you had contact with these people?
At the very beginning, I had contact with a lady. I'm not sure. She was a relative of the owner. And, but there's been no activity on the permit since May of 22, so it's,
Is it vacant or?
the main home definitely appears occupied, the 821.
Okay. Any other questions from the board? Chair will entertain a motion to find respondent in non-compliance or respondent to come into compliance by the next cutoff date, February 7th, 2024, be returned to the board for consideration of a fine of up to $1,000 per day. Such a motion? Motion, Ms. Roby, second, Ms. Himes. All in favor, say aye. Aye. Like sign opposed. Case number 16, David S. Shaw, CEB 01-24-1 at 342 North Keach. Anyone here for this case? Okay. Go ahead, Ms. Kirk.
Okay, this was a complaint-generated case that I received on April 26th of 2023 for a dilapidated roof, damaged windows, outside storage, damaged gate. First notification was May 26th of 2023. I've had no contact. I visited the site on 12/27 of 23. It remains in non-compliance. Staffs are recommending a finding of non-compliance with compliance by the next cutoff.
What are all those cars there? But do they belong to that house? Is the house occupied?
It is occupied, and it's a multi-family structure.
Okay. So the cars belong to the tenants?
I would assume so. I
Okay,
haven't
mean,
spoken.
if they're not just abandoned cars hanging out there.
Right, I didn't see any with expired
Okay.
tags.
And they have is it all family in there that you think? Or since it's multifamily, do we know if it's rented?
I believe it's a rental, then there is a,
Do
there
they
was
have
a
a rental license?
There was a rental license, that was active when I opened the case, and it's due for a biennial inspection, so.
When will that inspection take place? Do we know? I mean,
Should be any time now, because it's due for one, so I'm not sure the
Okay.
scheduling of the
All right,
rental
that's
department.
fine. That's
Okay.
what I wanted to know. Any comments from the board?
It had to be in pretty bad shape 2 years ago.
Yeah. Okay, Chair will entertain a motion to find respondent in non-compliance or respondent to come into compliance by the next cutoff date, which is February 7th, 2024, be returned to the board for consideration of a fine of up to $1,000 per day. Such a motion? Motion, Ms. Roby, second, Ms. Himes. All in favor, say aye. Like sign opposed, motion carries.
Thank you.
Thank you. Mr. Jones, good morning.
Good morning again.
All right, this is case number 17, CEB 01-24-3, Paragon Capital Properties. Do we have a Zoom person? Yes. Okay. Morning.
Good morning.
Good, we can hear you. You can hear us, everything's cool, right? All right, so state your name and address for the record, please, and be sworn in.
Brandon Garcia, Paragon Capital, 1815 North Oleander.
You live there?
No.
Well, where
It's
are you?
on Paragon.
Will you
All
raise
right,
your right hand?
okay, I'm sorry, be sworn in.
Raise your right hand, sir. Do you solemnly swear or affirm that the testimony you're about to provide is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes.
Thank you.
All right, let's just take care of a little business here. You're representing Paragon Capital Properties LLC?
Correct.
What is your position in that LLC, or?
A registered agent.
What did he say?
Registered.
Registered agent.
What is the address of Paragon?
The business address,
Yes.
I believe it's tied to 2016 North Oleander.
Okay.
We have a picture of the, this is a lot, say a picture.
We will get to it. All right, we're gonna hear from Mr. Jones and then we'll let you speak, okay? So you don't live in this property, let's get that clear.
Correct.
Okay. Does anyone?
No.
Okay. All right, Mr. Jones, go ahead, please.
Yes, this case was originally opened as a tenant complaint on July 5th, 2023, for unmaintained landscaping, wood rot, peeling paint, damaged garage door, enclosed windows without permits, broken windows with broken glass, non-operating windows, missing window screens, damaged front door, damaged flashing, and gutters. The property was posted on September 26th, 2023, with compliance due October 26th, 2023. A stop work order was posted on the property on December 20th, 2023 for work without permits. Additional violation was issued to the property owner. Staff is requesting a finding of non-compliance with compliance due next cutoff.
So it was occupied at some point. Is that correct, Mr. Garcia?
I'm not sure. We just brought the property. When we brought the property, there was obviously no one living in it.
Okay, so you are a new owner of the property.
Correct.
When
We
did
purchased
you,
the home.
when did you buy the property?
I believe our closing date was the end of September, early October.
There's still time.
The current owner was the owner of record when we posted
Right.
the property, not the
Okay.
old owner. This is after they,
So this is after the sale?
yeah, we originally posted the property with the old owner. He then sold the property. I went back and posted the property and sent certified letters to the owner and the registered agent back on September 26th, 2023.
What, Mr. Jones, what has been accomplished?
Well, what's been accomplished is a lot of work that was done without permits. They've enclosed some of the windows. They've relocated the front door. All this work, as you can see there, they've enclosed some of the windows. The door used to be open to the right. They installed a new door without a permit. There you can see the stop work order, which was posted. A lot of this, and I have had since communication with a contractor who I guess is attempting to get an after-the-fact permit for the work that was done, but the property is still in non-compliance.
What would you like to tell me, Mr. Garcia? Tell all of us that why this property is just languishing like that and why things are being done without a permit.
The permits have been applied for, and we got them back from the city.
The what?
The permits were applied for, and we received them back from the city.
When did that occur? Do you know when that happened? That you applied for the permits?
Can you hear me? I don't
Yeah,
know.
can you hear us?
He said they received them back from the city.
I'm getting confused now. Can you hear us?
I think the camera just cut out a little bit, but I said that we received the permits from the city 3 days ago. Gave them back to us, so we have the permits for the work.
Mr. Jones, when was the stop work issue ordered? Do you know?
Yeah, you can pull it up. It was issued on December 20th. And I have pictures showing that even though we issued a stop work order, they did continue to work on the building.
Well, the issue is it's a non-compliant.
Right,
I make a
that's right.
motion to
That's
find
right. We're not gonna try, you can see that it's not working, and I don't know whether, we'd have to ask the city if they've issued new permits or not.
Yeah, as far as this original case, it is still not in compliance.
Right.
And that's what we're asking for, is for it to be found in non-compliance with compliance next cutoff.
Okay.
I've made the motion.
All right, so we're going to, this is very simple. You're not in compliance right now. So, as we can tell from the pictures, so Mr. Harrington has made a motion to find respondent in non-compliance or respondent to come into compliance by the next cutoff date, which is February 7th, 2024, or be returned to the board for consideration of fine of up to $1,000 per day. Is there a second? Second, Ms. Roby. I'm sorry, I didn't hear him. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Like sign opposed. So I'm hoping that there's going to be a whole lot of progress for next time, and the permits will be issued and,
He said they received them.
yeah, well, I don't know. I don't know
Have
if that's true. Okay, that's it. You're in non-compliance, and you're supposed to come into compliance by next month.
So does that mean, the permits have been issued?
Well,
So you've got.
I don't have confirmation from the city on that yet.
Yes, what I'm asking for them to come into compliance for what the original violations were, and I know at the last, my last site visit, some of the violations, as is in the garage, some of the wood rot, none of that had been yet addressed. What had been addressed was new work that they were doing.
Right.
But, it's still in non-compliance
Right.
for what the original violation was.
Right.
What,
Someone would need to contact you to get a follow-up on the
Yes.
when you, c-
and they'll be happy to go into.
Right, I mean, we've made our decision because you are not in compliance. There are a lot of things that are still out of compliance. So we've made a decision, and you need to stay in contact with Mr. Jones if you're coming into compliance. Okay? Thank
Okay.
you.
this way.
All right. Case number 18, CEB 01-24-11, Kelly Doherty, or Doherty, I'm not quite sure, but since that person's not here, it doesn't matter. Okay.
This was
Mr.
a
Jones.
field-generated case for a building damaged by fire. The violations are building are not up to structural standards, dangerous structure, exterior structure general, exterior structure walls, damaged windows, damaged doors, paint, structural members, openings in the exterior wall, damaged roof, and there were vehicles in the front yard. The property was posted on October 17th, 2023, with compliance due November 16th, 2023. I've had no contact from the owners. Staff recommends a finding of non-compliance with compliance due next cutoff.
Any comments from the board?
Yeah, I have a comment. No, I just don't get it.
No.
Why are we gonna let it, why would we wanna even push? We can't find today though, right?
No, cannot find today. We have to notify them that they have to come into compliance by the 7th.
That's horrific to me.
It is, of course it is.
And the property has been condemned by the building department.
So they need to apply for a demo permit.
Yeah, and would be my understanding.
Yeah, it's just the way the code rules work. We have to give them the 30 days, all right? Chair will entertain the motion to find respondent in noncompliance
So moved.
and come into compliance by the next cutoff day, February 7th. Will be returned to the board for consideration of fine of up to $1,000 per day. Ms. Himes made motion, second?
I got a question first. Is it boarded up so no one can get in there? I
At-
forgot to look at
At
it.
this time, it is not. That would be up to the building department to go ahead and board the structure.
Is it possible to board it? It looked like it was just all falling down
I'll,
and open.
Yeah, it's gonna be very tough on the back, because a part of the back wall was destroyed
Right.
in the fire.
Well, we think it's a safety issue at
I'll
this
make the
point.
part of your motion to recommend to the board to do this.
And as part of that, are you willing to amend your motion to add in that the
For the
city
boards, I thought you
boards
said that
up the property
the
if
building
possible?
I thought it said the building department.
Make the motion, it's their money.
And so you'll recommend,
Recommend.
you're not able to order this.
Right, correct.
Well, you could, but we're.
No.
I could order if that makes a difference.
Right,
Yeah,
Well,
we could
that's what-
recommend that the building be secured to city standard.
Right.
right.
Would be
Building
typically
As
what
soon as
the-
possible.
Right,
I will amend to that. So,
okay. So we have an amended motion from Ms. Himes and a second from Ms. Roby? Or Mr. Harrington?
Harrington,
Is there a second?
wasn't it?
I didn't say
Oh,
a word.
Okay, I'll second it.
Okay, second, Ms. Roby. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Like sign opposed, motion carries. All right, Mr. Jones, here's another case, CEB, case 19, CEB 01-24-6, 1162 Bryn Mawr Land Trust.
This was a citizen's complaint for an unmaintained landscaping, trash and debris, damaged fencing, rotten wood, exterior painting, damaged windows, inoperable windows, dirt and grime, and damaged roof. They were first notified on October 2nd, 2023, with compliance due November 1st, 2023. I've had no contact from the property owner. Staff is recommending a finding of noncompliance with compliance due February 7th, 2023.
I take it as vacant.
It is vacant, yes.
Chair will entertain a motion, any other comments? Chair will entertain a motion to find respondent in noncompliance and order respondent to come into compliance by February 7th, 2024, or be returned to the board for consideration of fine of up to $1,000 a day. Such a motion?
So moved.
Motion, Ms. Roby, is there a second?
Second.
Second, Ms. Himes, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Like sign opposed. Motion carries.
Thank you.
Thank you. All right, Mr. Butler. Case number 20, CEB 11-23-137, Leroy Bell.
As it pertains to 1432 Illinois, this is a field-generated case. I conducted a site inspection on February 15th, 2023, where it was determined the property had the following violations: outside storage, dilapidated roof, damaged doors, and broken windows. A first notice was received on February 22nd, 2023. On March 22nd, 2023, the violations were to be in compliance. I conducted a site inspection on January the 4th, 2024. Result of my reinspection was noncompliance. I've had contact with the property owner. Staff requests noncompliance, compliance, next cutoff.
You have had contact?
I spoke with him about 20 minutes ago.
And what's the,
He's in Maryland. The issue with this
is that
property.
where he lives?
Yeah, he lives in Maryland. The issue with this property is it was rented out. They had people in there, and he had a hard time getting them out. So, as of, I think it was October, November, they're out. It's vacant. They're working on it. He just told me that the building to the left, which was a major issue, he just had some people working on it, and he wants me to go out and take a look at it after court, so I'm gonna go out and take a look at it. But they are cleaning it up, so
So there is some progress.
A lot of
What's your recommendation?
recommend, to the next cutoff.
Okay. Any comments from the board? Chair will entertain a motion to find respondent in non-compliance, the respondent come into compliance by the next cutoff date, February 7th, 2024, be returned to the board for consideration of a fine of up to $1,000 per day. Such a motion?
So moved.
Motion, Ms. Himes, is there a second?
Second.
Second, Ms. Roby, all in favor say aye. Like sign opposed, motion carries. Case number 21, CEB 11-23-143, Verlita M. and Sabrina Briggs.
As pertains to 1142 Lewis, this is a field-generated case. I conducted a site inspection on September 28, 2023, where it was determined the property had the following violations: unpermitted fence, outdoor storage, exterior structure, unauthorized parking, improperly installed mechanical appliances. A first notice was received on October the 4th, 2023. On October the 14th, 2023, the violations were to be in compliance. Last date of reinspection was January the 10th, 2024. Result of my reinspection was non-compliance. I've had contact with the property owner. Staff requests non-compliance, compliance next cutoff.
What was the result of your contact?
Oh, they've done a lot of work.
They have done.
They have done a lot of work. What remains is the parking. That's where we are.
Oh, okay. Is this a rental property or these are the owners?
They're renting it, because I never have actually, I've spoken to her, but I've never seen her actually there. I see other people there. Just to put you in the loop, this property is very familiar with law enforcement, so we're in and out of that property, and we're dealing with it.
But it's not owner occupied, you said.
No, ma'am.
So your recommendation is next.
Next cutoff. Go back another picture, please. Back. There. That's as of yesterday.
Okay.
So as you can see,
Yeah.
I told them about the car being parked over to
Right.
the right. Everything needs to be parked on an approved surface. So
All right. Chair, go ahead.
Madam Chair, I motion that we accept the city's recommendation for the next cutoff.
All right, now I'm confused because we have another case before. All right.
Yes,
wait,
ma'am.
We'll rule on this case. Chair, Ms. Himes made a motion to find respondent non-compliance or respondent come into compliance by February 7th, 2024, be returned to the board for consideration of a fine of up to $1,000. Is there a second?
Second.
Second, Mr. Harrington, all in favor say aye. Like sign opposed. Motion carries. All right, so case 22 is the same address, just more things?
yes, ma'am.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay. As it pertains to 1142 Lewis, this is a field-generated case. I conducted a site inspection on November the 20th, 2023, where it was determined the property had the following violations: work without a permit, which included the plumbing, electrical, drywall, exposed electrical wires. A first notice was received on December the 4th, 2023. On December the 14th, 2023, the violations was to be in compliance. The last date of reinspection was January the 10th, 2024. Result of my reinspection was non-compliance. I've had contact with the property owner. Staff requests non-compliance, compliance next cutoff. So now, just to put you in the loop, law enforcement was involved with this. We got a call. Someone was actually living in that area. As you can see, it's a mess. It's a total mess. Officer Bowers actually was the person that was on site, took those pictures. I have been unable to regain entry into that area. But
Well. So they've done a lot of work, but none of it's been,
work on the first case, that
right, okay,
is an area that
Okay.
they were trying, yes.
okay,
Yes, a lot of illegal activity, things were going on at that property.
all right,
So there was no permit on either.
right,
None.
all right. Chair will entertain a motion to find respondent in non-compliance or respondent committed to compliance by the next cutoff date, February 7th, 2024, or be returned to the board for consideration of fine up to $1,000 per day. Such a motion?
So moved.
Second.
Motion, Mr. Harrington, second, Ms. Himes, all in favor say aye. Like sign opposed, motion carries. Okay, Mr. Butler, another case, case number 23, CEB 01-24-26, Easter Gibson.
Okay. As it pertains to 845 Hollywood Street, this is a field-generated case. I conducted a site inspection on August 31st, 2023, where it was determined the property had the following violations: overgrown landscaping, junk vehicle, broken doors and windows. The first notice was received on October the 19th, 2023. November the 19th, 2023, the violations was to be in compliance. My last date of reinspection was January the 10th, 2024. Result of my reinspection was non-compliance. I've had contact with the property owner. They are in California. Staff requests non-compliance, compliance, next cutoff. Just to bring you up to speed with this property, as you can see, there is an RV parked on that property. I will be getting with Officer Bowers after court. I've spoken to those individuals. They're squatting. Okay, they're not supposed to be there. I've asked them on numerous occasions to remove it. However, I'm going to get, like I said, reinforcement from law enforcement and see can we get that removed from the property.
Okay.
So the owners actually live in California?
Yes.
Well, who lives, and somebody lives in the RV and somebody lives in the house?
They're squatting. The house has been broken into, windows are broken. It's an ongoing issue throughout the city, but we'll get it resolved.
Okay, I believe you will. Any other comments? Chair will entertain a motion to find respondent in non-compliance or respondent committed to compliance by the next cutoff date, February 7th, 2024, be returned to the board for consideration of a fine of up to $1,000 a day. Such a motion? Ms. Roby made the motion, Ms. Himes the second. All in favor say aye. Aye. Like sign opposed, motion carries. Case 24.
As it pertains to 1241
I know, let me just read it out so we get it on record here. Case number 24, CEB 01248, LaKyla Appling at 1241 Cadillac Drive. Sorry, go ahead.
Okay. As it pertains to 1241 Cadillac, this is the field-generated case. I conducted a site inspection on September the 5th, 2023, where it was determined the property had the following violations: outdoor storage, overgrown landscaping, illegal parking, dilapidated porch screen, peeling and paint, and dilapidated roof. First notice was received on September the 16th, 2023. On October the 13th, 2023, the violations was to be in compliance. Last date of reinspection was January the 10th, 2024. Result of my reinspection was non-compliance. I've had no contact with the property owner, and staff request finding of non-compliance, compliance, next cutoff.
Any questions or comments from the board?
Vacant or occupied?
It's vacant.
Thank you. Chair will entertain a motion to find respondent in non-compliance or respondent come into compliance by February 7th, 2024, or be returned to the board for consideration of fine of up to $1,000 a day. Such a motion?
So moved.
Motion, Ms. Roby, second, Ms. Himes. All in favor say aye. Like sign opposed. Thank you very much. Mr. Sensen, case number 25, CEB 11-23-133, Drusilla White. Aha, someone shows up. Good morning. State your name and address for the record and be sworn in, please.
God bless you. Happy New Year, everyone.
Thank you. Same.
And my name is Cheryl White, and I'm at 541 School Street.
how are you related to Drusilla? Okay, all right, sorry, you're right.
Can you spell Cheryl for me? Is that with a C or H?
C.
Will you raise your right hand? Do you solemnly swear or affirm that the testimony you're about to provide is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes.
Thank you.
Okay, Ms. White, how are you related to Drusilla, or is that just you?
My mother.
That's your mom, okay. And you have permission to speak for her?
Yes.
Okay.
Mr. Stenson.
Okay, we're going to hear from Mr. Stenson, and then if you'd like to talk, we'll give you opportunity.
Okay.
Go ahead, Mr.
Good
Stenson.
morning. Inspector Stenson, qualifications are on file. This case is field generated. They were cited for junk vehicles and damaged roof. This property was posted on 28 July 23. Compliance was due by 18 August of 23. Multiple site inspections, the last one being yesterday. I have been in contact with the property owner. She is in the process of being assisted by FEMA, and we would like to have an order of noncompliance and compliance by the March cutoff. I'm sorry, the April cutoff.
By the March cutoff, you said?
April.
I'm sorry, April. Mhm.
April 3rd. Okay. Now, I see a lot of stuff outside there. Is that included in the complaint or no?
No, ma'am. That is artificial grass, astroturf?
No, not that, all the stuff that's outside, like behind that
Oh,
car.
that.
Yeah.
Let's see, that is an old picture. Most of the debris is gone. The only thing, as of yesterday, was a pickup truck and a BMW in the driveway.
Okay. Okay, what would you like to tell us, Ms. White?
Well, yes. I spoke with FEMA, and they said I have 7 to 10 days for them to send out an inspector.
Starting when? When did you speak to them?
I spoke to them last week. I believe it was last Friday or Saturday.
Uh-huh.
And so they said they would be sending, I'm just waiting for them to send an inspector
So
to come out.
what was this damage caused by?
Ian,
And you're now just getting in touch with FEMA?
no, I've been in touch with them.
And they're finally just responding to you?
No, I've been in touch with them since last year.
Right, but I mean, I get that, but what I'm asking is that now they're finally gonna come out?
Yes.
They haven't been out before?
No, they haven't. They hadn't been out before. I had other issues like death in my family, and I was dealing with that. And some other things, issues that was coming up. I had like 3 relatives that passed away at the end of last year, and so, it was a lot of things going on.
But they are coming?
Yes,
Okay,
they
it's
are
going to
coming.
come and they'll, okay. Any, there questions from the board? Okay. The code officer is recommended till April 3rd to come into compliance. So,
Madam Chair, I recommend we accept the officers.
okay. All right, Ms. Himes has made a motion to find respondent non-compliance or respondent come into compliance by April 3rd, 2024, or be returned to the board for consideration or fine of up to $1,000 per day. Let me just ask, does somebody live there?
Yes.
Who lives there?
I'm living there.
You live there?
Yes.
Okay. Does your mom live there?
No, she's deceased.
All right, now that, Okay, so we haven't had a motion yet. I need to get this squared away. So who owns the house?
Well, it's Air Property, and I'm one of the owners, a couple of my siblings.
Have you all filed for probate?
I have.
All right, this is gonna take, okay.
I don't think FEMA's gonna be able to help you.
I don't
with
either.
Probate.
I don't know that.
Well,
Follow up with FEMA.
But just, yeah, okay, all right,
They can resolve.
right,
that's an issue.
okay.
Yeah.
It appears if indeed it's been filed, then I think we wanted to give them the time.
Right, I agree.
And I'm sorry, what was your comment again?
I just asked if you had filed for probate yet.
Yes, I have.
Okay, good, okay. Any other comments? So, did someone make a motion? I did. All right, Ms. Himes made a motion. And is there a second to that?
A second.
Second, Ms. Roby. All in favor say aye. Aye. Like sign opposed, motion carries. Okay, so you'll have till April to work these things out, okay?
Okay.
And then we'll ask you to come back and tell us what's going on and, okay. And, okay, and keep in touch with Mr. Stenson and let him know what's going on.
Yes, I always
He's the
stay
one
in
that-
touch.
Okay, he's the one that put you in compliance. We don't do that. You know, we just look at evidence, that's all.
Okay, well, I've been in touch with
Good,
them
perfect.
constantly.
Okay, thank you very much.
God bless you. Thank you.
All right, Mr. Harrington, make a note, Mr. Harrington left at 10:25. We still have a quorum.
We still have a quorum.
We still have a quorum. So we're on case 26, Mr. Stenson, CEB 11-23-146. Catherine Chrisman and Jessica Switzer at 2312 North Oleander.
Yes, this case is complaint-driven. They were cited for unmaintained landscaping, address numbers, and a damaged roof. Since they were cited, the landscaping has been addressed, the identification has been addressed. The only thing left now is the soffits for the roof, and city is asking for an order of non-compliance and compliance by the next cutoff.
Any contact?
Yes.
Okay. Good. All right, Chair will entertain a motion to find respondent in non-compliance or respondent to come into compliance by the next cutoff date, which is February 7th, 2024, or be returned to the board for consideration of fine of up to $1,000 per day. Is there such a motion? Motion, Ms. Roby, second, Ms. Himes. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Like sign opposed, motion carries. Case number 27, CEB 01-24-17, Lawrence Vandenberg.
Good morning.
Good morning.
And let's
Name
hope
and
it's a
address
happy
for
new
the
year.
record and be sworn in.
Your name, sir?
Lawrence Vandenberg.
Do you solemnly swear or affirm that the testimony you're about to provide is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes, I do.
Thank you.
You live there, correct?
Yes, I do.
Okay.
No, I'm sorry. I thought we were talking about my house. I live.
Well, you
I
didn't
live at-
say your address, that's why I asked.
Yeah, okay, yeah. I live at
What's your
299 Woodland Avenue.
299 Woodland?
Right, that's where I live.
Okay. Mr. Stenson, go ahead.
Good morning. This is a field-generated case. The issues there were unmaintained landscaping, rodent harborage, and junk vehicle. Since then, the junk vehicle has been removed, the rodent harborage has been addressed, and I believe Mr. Vandenberg has a little bit of landscaping left to do.
Not much, a little.
Okay. So we're asking for an order of non-compliance, compliance by the next cutoff.
Is this owner, I mean, does anyone live there?
It is
Yes.
now vacant.
Well, it's vacant at the moment.
Vacant, that's fine.
I just got the tenant to move out on January 1st, and there's one of these tenants from hell, and that resulted in all the problems.
All right, so all that's left is just the landscaping. Thank you for doing that. figuring out the rest of it. Chair will entertain a motion to find respondent in non-compliance or respondent come into compliance by the next cutoff date, February 7th, 2024, or be returned to the board for consideration of fine of up to $1,000 per day. Is there such a motion?
So moved.
Second.
Motion, Ms. Roby, second, Ms. Himes. All in favor, say aye. Like sign opposed. Motion carries. Just stay in touch with,
Yeah. You really had to add that,
Stenson.
you really had to add that stuff about a fine of $1,000 a day? Is that
Well, what do you-
appropriate here? I mean, my God, it's just a little bit of landscaping.
Wait a minute. This is what we need to state by law, by state law, so that you are aware of the possibility that
Well-
it could be that much if you don't get it done. It does not bind us to,
No, but it authorizes you to do it.
It does authorize us
and
to,
you
if
don't,
we
you don't, I
find
don't
the
think you need to do that in
if
an
we find
appropriate
the
case.
circumstances warranted, we are allowed to do that by law. That's all.
Certainly.
And
All right.
you haven't seen us
your
do
case.
that.
A little heavy-handed, I
We're
would
gonna
say.
move- Well, take it up with your state representative. Thank you. All right, all right, Mr. Sensen, case 28, CEB 01-24-18, Michelle Ford.
Good morning. This case is also field generated. They were cited for outside storage, damaged fencing, and junk vehicle being a boat. My last inspection of the property was yesterday. I'm sorry, let me back up a little bit. Certified notice was received on 21 July of 2023. Compliance is due by 4 August 2023. My last inspection of this property was yesterday. The property remains in non-compliance. We're asking to order non-compliance, compliance by the next cutoff.
All right, this property is 536 School Street. Have you had contact?
I have had contact, yes.
And what was the outcome of the contact?
They're working on it. They're gonna get the boat removed.
Okay.
Mr. Simpson, I saw a sign right there.
Mhm.
Is that, they doing a church there?
Oh, no. There's a vacant lot to the left of that. That's why the
okay.
sign is there.
Okay.
Does Michelle Ford live there?
I haven't seen her at the property, but she has communicated with me on the phone. And she says she lives there.
Okay, so, stupid, I mean, I should have said, is it owner occupied? Yeah. Do you know?
Yes, I would assume it's
Okay.
owner occupied.
So you're recommending next cutoff?
Yes, ma'am. In order, non-compliance has cut off.
Okay. Chair will entertain motion to find respondent non-compliance and respondent come into compliance by February 7th, 2024, be returned to the board for consideration fine of up to $1,000 per day. Ms. Himes made the motion. There's a second.
I'll second.
Second, Ms. Roby, all in favor, say aye. Like sign opposed. Okay, so, the note, can we have the lien review after inspectors? Yes, you may. Okay, you may need an interpreter. Yes, please. Let's do it. So we're going to go back to the lien review? And the
You
Zoom
finished with
call?
this?
They're going back.
Didn't, yeah, we finished with that case, didn't we?
Yeah.
Oh, no, my next case is Zoom, but I think they're going back.
Oh, we're gonna go back. Did you mean when he was finished all his cases? Never mind, just get him ready. We'll try one more here.
Next thing.
Okay, next case, and
With-
then we'll go
for-
back. I misunderstood. Okay,
This next call is-
okay. Let's go back. We're gonna do case number 32 now. CEB 01-24-25 Huntington National Bank.
What happened to 29?
Why would
Ooh,
you skip
okay.
What am I skipping?
29?
Oh, I'm sorry. John, you've got a whole, so we want to do all of his cases?
Just with the interpreter.
The interpreter has to leave at 11?
Who's the interpreter?
He's got 1, 2, 3, I'm sorry, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 cases. That's gonna take, I don't want to waste any more time. Are we ready? Should we go back and do the Zoom now? Do you mind, Mr. Stenson? Because I want to make sure if he needs an interpreter, we have one,
Nope,
right?
absolutely.
Okay. Then we'll go back, and I'm sorry that I went out of order. I had crossed out a case number where there was compliance and went on to the next one. When we resume after the lien review, we'll start with case number 29. Right now, we're going to go back to the lien review and the Zoom call.
That's the first case.
That's okay.
Where is he?
Excuse me, interpreter, I don't know your name. Can you say in Spanish that, unmute the microphone, please?
Por favor, active el micrófono.
Can't hear you.
Active su micrófono, por favor.
Can you hear us?
¿Nos escucha?
No.
Sí, sí.
See, okay.
Yes.
See, we have an interpreter for you. Do you need an interpreter?
Yes, thank you.
Buenos días, yo voy a ser la intérprete que le va a asistir en español. ¿Me entiende? ¿Me escucha?
Sí, te escucho.
Okay, good. Okay.
Can I swear him in? I need him to state his name.
All right, now we need,
Necesitamos su nombre, por favor, y va a prestar juramento. I'm just gonna ask his name.
name and address.
Su nombre y su dirección, por favor.
Jonathan Alexander Suárez Flores. La dirección es 950 Hillarney Lane, Arbuthnot, Florida. 33823.
Un momentito. Jonathan Alexander, ¿qué?
Suárez Flores.
Suárez Flores. Oh. ¿Me escucha? ¿Me escucha mejor así?
Sí, sí.
¿La dirección cuál es? La dirección. No escuchamos.
What are we using for an address?
Yes.
¿Me escucha?
Ahora sí, 950.
Ok, deletreo K-I-L-L-A-R-N-E Y de yuca. Separado LN, Arbuthnot, Florida.
Name is Jonathan.
33823.
Name is Jonathan Alexander Suarez Flores. The address is 950 Killarney Lane, Auburn in Florida.
Yes.
33823 is the zip code.
Yeah.
Can I swear her in?
All right, so,
Swear.
Señor, va a tener que prestar juramento. Levante la mano derecha, por favor.
You raise your right hand, sir.
Levante la mano derecha.
Do you solemnly swear or affirm that the testimony you're about to provide is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Usted jura, solemnemente declara que el testimonio que está a punto de rendir será la verdad, toda la verdad y nada más que la verdad.
Correcto, sí.
That is correct, yes.
okay. So, Mr. Suarez, is that the way we address you?
Señor, su apellido es el señor Suárez, así es como nos tenemos que dirigir a usted.
Sí.
Okay.
Yes.
You're a representative of Industrial Quality Services LLC from Tampa, correct?
Usted es el representante de la compañía que se llama Industrial Quality Services LLC, ubicado en Tampa. ¿Es eso correcto?
Sí, correcto.
That is correct.
And you live in Auburn, Florida.
Y usted vive en Auburn, Florida.
Sí.
Yes.
And what is your relationship to Industrial Quality Services?
¿Qué relación tiene usted con esta compañía, Industrial Quality Services?
Soy el dueño.
I'm the owner.
Okay, fine. All
Muy
right,
bien.
thank you.
Gracias, señor.
All right, so why are you asking for this lien review?
¿Por qué está solicitando usted que se revise este embargo?
Porque, bueno, en la casa se hicieron todas las mejoras, se hicieron todos los permisos. La casa quedó totalmente cambiada de look y le estamos haciendo una mejora al neighborhood, ya que era una casa en completamente mal aspecto y actualmente está diferente, muy bonita.
We're asking for, because we have all the permits, we have completed everything. We did some changes in the electricity, and we're doing it even to bring more beauty to the neighborhood, because it looked dilapidated, and now it's a beautiful home.
Who is Arlenia Shepherd?
¿Quién es Linear Shepherd?
No sé.
I have no idea.
Someone that owned the property at some point?
I can answer that.
Okay.
Un momento.
All right, we got an answer. Thank you.
She was the original property owner that
Okay.
was cited.
Okay.
Okay, la persona que ellos mencionaron era el dueño original.
Okay. So these are pictures. I want to look at the pictures of the finished product here.
Voy a revisar las fotografías del producto final. Un momento.
Yeah. Nice. Okay. Is there anything else, Ms. Kirk? I mean, what would you like to tell us, Ms. Kirk? What is your recommendation?
Okay, this property was issued back in February of '22 to the previous owner Arlenia Shepherd. Then
Right,
the
okay.
property was sold, so he was issued the notice in September of '22. There was a lot of work done without permits. The property, when I went inside of it in February of '22, it was beyond words, the interior. I went inside the property last month, and it's beautiful inside as well as the outside. But unfortunately, he did do all the permitting work without permits. He did do the roof, a new roof with a final permit in July of '23, siding and window, August of '23, and an HVAC 11/23. So with that being said, staff has recommended a reduction to reduce the lien to $10,000.
Entonces, solamente al principio nosotros habíamos citado esta propiedad en febrero del año 2022, cuando la dueña era la señora Arlene Shepherd. Luego la propiedad se vendió en septiembre del 2022. Desafortunadamente se realizaron diferentes trabajos sin los permisos necesarios. Yo fui en febrero del 2022 y la propiedad estaba en muy malas condiciones. Sin embargo, ya después regresé a la propiedad y aunque se hicieron las reparaciones y todo, tiene un nuevo techo, tiene unas nuevas ventanas, tiene todas las áreas del costado, están cambiadas, las cambiaron en julio del 2023, también en agosto y en noviembre. Entonces, desafortunadamente realizaron todos los trabajos sin el debido permiso, pero hemos recomendado de que se le imponga un embargo o una multa de hasta $10,000.
Okay, sir, it says you said you bought this from a wholesaler. I don't know what a wholesaler is particularly in legal terms, but had you seen the property before you bought it?
Señor, veo acá que usted compró la propiedad tal cual, no sé cómo es que le llaman así, que le dicen un wholesale, no sé si es tal cual. No sé cuáles son los términos legales en ese aspecto, pero usted compró la propiedad antes de haberla visto.
No, yo la propiedad sí, no la compré en wholesale y la propiedad no la vi. No, la compré a través del wholesale, que se compran ese tipo de propiedades.
I bought the property through wholesale. That's the way that you buy those kind of properties. I had not seen the property.
Were you aware that we certainly need permits to do a lot of work that was done it doesn't matter whether you're aware or not, you should have been aware that there are certain things in every city that need to be permitted, including Daytona Beach.
Señor, ¿usted no estaba al tanto? Aunque usted sí debió haber estado al tanto de que usted para realizar algún tipo de reparaciones, usted de acuerdo como todas las ciudades, usted necesita algún tipo de permiso, inclusive la ciudad de Daytona Beach. ¿Usted no sabía o no estaba al tanto o qué?
No, sí, sí lo sabía. Yo realicé el primer permiso del techo para solicitarlo. Se realizó, se completó y comencé a reparar la propiedad poco a poco, pero sí sabe.
I was aware of it. I had requested a permit to do the roof. I started doing it, and then I started repairing the property little by little.
Okay. All right. Now, well, here, is there anything else you'd like to say? That you're just recommending the fine be reduced to $10,000?
I mean, it does improve the neighborhood.
Right, right. Okay. But there were, I mean, I think that he bought the property from the wholesaler in June of 2022. So there was some time, according to what's in my packet, there was time to get this stuff done. Do we have comments from the board?
Before hearing the comments, may the interpreter interpret?
Go ahead.
Entonces, ¿qué es lo que usted está pidiendo? La inspectora está solicitando que se le reduzca la fianza a $10,000 y sí está manifestando de que trajo mejoras al vecindario. La presidenta está diciendo de que sí, él la compró en esta transacción que se compran propiedades en wholesales, pero también la propiedad la compró en junio del 2022, o sea que sí tuvo suficiente tiempo como para hacer las mejoras o los permisos que necesitaba. Está pidiendo la opinión de los miembros de la junta directiva también.
Okay.
Any comments from the board? Do you want to, I mean, reducing it to 10,000 is, somebody want to make a motion? Do you want to reduce it more? Do you want to
What
not
was
reduce?
Ms. Kurt's, what did she
Okay,
say?
all right.
What?
Chair will entertain a motion to reduce the amount of the lien, well, Ms. Himes has made a motion to reduce the amount of the lien to $10,000, subject to being paid within 30 days, or the fine will revert to the original amount. Is there a second to that?
I'll second.
Second, Ms. Roby. All in favor say aye.
Bueno, entonces hemos reducido la fianza a $10,000. Tiene 30 días para pagarla. De lo contrario, va a regresar a la tarifa original. Ya acordaron esa moción y todos están de acuerdo.
Okay.
Like sign opposed, we'll finish that. Like sign opposed, motion carries 4-1. Okay. All right, thank you, sir.
Gracias, señor.
Vote against that.
Thank you.
What did you say the vote was?
She didn't say that.
The vote
He
was,
said he didn't vote.
Excuse me, Madam Chair.
that.
vote no? Did someone vote no?
No.
Oh,
Five
I
is-
thought you
five
said
nothing.
4-1.
Yes,
Oh, I'm sorry.
5-0.
5-0.
Okay.
Restatement, that vote was 5-0.
5-0 era el voto. Todos están a favor de que se le imponga la multa de 10,000, pero si no, regresaría a la cantidad original si no lo paga en 30 días.
Okay, se va de una vez.
Thank you. All right, well, now we'll go back to Mr. Stenson. Sorry, Mr. Stenson. We just wanted to make sure we had an interpreter.
So now, which one? do we-
So we are on page 10, case number 29, CEB 01-24-19. Nicole McErline and Miguel Pagan. Okay, go ahead, Mr. Stenson.
I thought that this was a Zoom.
Don't
Yeah.
have that.
He did have some, he did.
No? Guess no, maybe so. Not Zoom.
I don't have that
Ted was the Zoom.
All right.
We were supposed to go back to Zoom.
The gentleman we couldn't hear.
The guy we couldn't hear.
I'm sorry, I'm not,
There was a continued case that's on Zoom, but they couldn't hear him. He couldn't hear us either way.
wait a minute. Stop 1 second. This is, I don't want to be confused. We're on case 29 now? Then do we need to go back to a case?
Yes, I thought we were going back to the Zoom.
Well, I don't know what case that is.
That would be case 11,
Number 11, he's up there now.
page 5.
Yeah, that's, he's up there now.
Case 11, page 5.
That is an old case, correct?
Yes.
Yes.
All right, so, once again, Mr. Stenson,
No problem.
sorry. You might as well just sit right
I'm
there,
gonna
you'll
sit
be
right
back.
there.
All right, Mr. Burton, can you hear us now?
It's loud and clear.
Who's that?
Yeah.
We are on case number 11, CEB 05-23-67, David Burton, et cetera, on Zoom call. Are you David Burton?
Yes, I am.
Okay, would you state your name and address for the record and be sworn in?
My name is David Burton. My address is 74 Lincoln Avenue, White Plains, New York, zip code 10606.
Thank you.
Will you raise your right hand, sir? Do you solemnly swear or affirm that the testimony you're about to provide is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
I do.
Thank you.
All right, we're going to hear from Ms. Kirk first, and then we'll give you a chance to respond.
Okay, since the last hearing, I have had contact and I have re-inspected the interior of the property on 12/29 of 2023. It is really coming along. I put in a couple of examples of before and after pictures, so you can see the complete renovation that is going on inside. There were 2 permits finalized, electrical, 3, doors, windows, electrical, and roof. So we're basically just waiting on a couple minor things to get this property. So with that being said, I'd like to ask to amend to the next cutoff for compliance.
Okay, it looks like you made a lot of progress. Thank you. Because it was in pretty bad shape before. Any comments from the board? Do you think you'll be able to be finished by the next cutoff date?
The next cutoff date being February the 7th?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. good.
Absolutely.
Terrific. Okay. All right, Chair will entertain any comments from the board? Chair will entertain a motion to amend the previous order of noncompliance and allow respondent until February 7th to come into compliance or be returned to a subsequent meeting for consideration of a fine of up to $1,000 per day until compliance is achieved. Such a motion?
So move.
Motion, Ms. Himes, is there a second? Second, Ms. Roby. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Good, we're all set. So when you come into compliance, please, or when you think you're in compliance, please let Ms. Kirk know so she can put you into compliance. She does that, we don't. Okay.
Understood.
All right.
Absolutely.
Thank you so
Thank you.
much. Okay,
Thank you.
all right. Okay. There, now, let's go, now we'll go. We'll try it again. Let's see. I think we're on page 10, case 29, is that right?
Yes.
Okay, good. All right. CEB 01-24-19, Nicole McErlin and Miguel Pagan. All right. Not here. All right, go ahead. It's a Zoom? That's why I got confused. Okay.
Can you all hear me?
Who are you?
Good morning. My name is William Brown. I'm an attorney. I represent Nicole McErlin and Miguel Pagan. Ms. McErlin was here on Zoom up until about 10:30 when she was called away for work.
Okay, that's fine.
You said your name is William Brown?
Yes.
That's correct.
And he's an attorney.
What's his
Okay.
address?
What?
Let's get his address.
All right, what is your address, sir?
Well, the address of the property in question is 402 Auditorium.
No, what is your address?
My address is 9770 South Military Trail, Suite 205 in Boynton Beach, Florida.
Okay, thank you very much. And he doesn't need to be sworn in as an attorney? Okay. All right, thank you. All right, we're going to hear,
Swear at us.
we're going to hear from Mr. Stenson. And then we'll, if you need to talk to us, we'll hear that.
Thank you.
Your testimony. Go ahead, Mr. Stenson.
Okay, this is a field-generated case. Property owner was cited for boarded windows, damaged exterior doors, peeling paint, damaged roof, and some outside storage. Certified notice was delivered on 7 August of '23. Compliance was due on 31 August of '23. Multiple site inspections of the property, the last one being yesterday. The property remains in non-compliance. We asked for an order of non-compliance and compliance by the next cutoff. I have been in contact with the property owner.
Is the property a rental?
It is vacant,
It's vacant?
yes.
And do you know how long they've owned the property?
I do not at this time.
You know the roof and drainage, that's still a problem?
The attorney might know.
402. Yes, it is.
Okay,
Yes, it is.
I didn't hear you noted, so just.
Oh, I apologize. The only thing that actually has been addressed is the landscaping.
Landscaping has been addressed.
That's
Okay.
correct.
All right, so we still have inoperable windows, exterior doors, protective treatment, roof and drainage. All right, Mr. Brown, what would you like to tell us? Is that enough time to get this work done?
I'm sorry, was what enough time to get the work done?
February 7th, that was the recommendation from the code enforcement officer.
Well, first, I think there was a question that was asked that wasn't answered. You thought I might have the answer. It's my understanding that Ms. McErlin and Mr. Pagan bought the property in 2021. I think it was just not long prior to Hurricane Ian. I know that they had bought it and made some renovations to the property, and it has never been occupied. The reason that the property is in the condition that it's in today is there was extensive damage to the property as a result of Hurricane Ian. The insured promptly filed an insurance claim with their carrier for the damage to the property, and the insurance carrier has made payment, but nowhere near the amount necessary to make the repairs to the property. There is an ongoing insurance dispute. Now, I know that my guess is in your experience, you've seen that these things can take a relatively long period of time, but the good news here is that we have been able to successfully get this claim into what is called the appraisal process, where we will most likely be able to forego the lengthy litigation process and get the dispute resolved within a matter of just a few months. She is unable to make repairs to the property, number one, because she has to preserve the condition of the property for the people in the appraisal panel to accurately assess the damage and determine causation. Also, even if she didn't have that, there's still a substantial amount of money that's owed by the insurance company in order for her to make repairs because there is extensive damage to the property. So we're asking that that this be put off until June. That'll give the appraisal panel sufficient time to come up with their assessment of the amount of damage. There's also time in the policy after the appraisal panel is finished where the insurance company has time to make the payment to the insured. So that is, and I had a conversation yesterday with someone on the appraisal panel, and that was the recommendation that I received.
Okay, thank you. Go ahead.
What, the inoperable windows and exterior doors are they included in the damage? Because usually it's just like a roof, or I don't
No,
understand
you're
why
not.
the windows haven't been fixed.
That is included. Windows, doors, the windows are an actual, one of the major points of contention. But like I said, at least for now, she is unable to do anything to change the condition of the property. And I'll give you a little bit more information, so maybe this will help you understand it. On the appraisal process, each side, the insurance company and the insured, they'll nominate an appraiser for each side. And those two will get together and look and see if they can come to an agreement. If they're unable to come to an agreement, which is the case here, the parties will agree on a neutral umpire.
Okay.
And the umpire will then inspect the property and make a determination of what the damages
Okay.
are. That's the part of the process that we're in now, the end stage.
Good. All right. Our decision right now is to determine whether the property is in compliance or not in compliance. And I think by looking at the pictures and hearing the testimony and listening to what you're saying, that the property is not in compliance. That's what we're here today to determine.
Well, there's been some
What-
compliance.
Excuse me?
There has been some compliance.
But it's, in order for us or for Mr. Stenson to put you in compliance, everything has to be done, not just one of the issues. Everything has to be done. So I think it's pretty obvious that everything is not accomplished for a variety of reasons. Now, our next job then is to either give you more time than the required February cutoff, and you're asking for a June cutoff. So we're going to discuss that. This board will discuss that and determine how much time we will give you to come into compliance, or whether there are steps along the way that we need to take or that you can provide us, such as a progress report or whatever.
Sure. Based on my conversation yesterday with the member of the appraisal panel that I spoke with, he anticipated that the appraisal would be complete. And the way he put it was most likely within 90 days.
Okay,
And then,
that's fine.
so that puts us till April, and then the insurance company has an additional 60 days to make payment, which is why we asked till June.
Okay. Yeah, all right. So what does the board think? Go ahead.
And then at that point, the money's there, then they have to apply for their permits.
Right.
To do all the work.
Right.
So you're talking about another you're talking about.
Well, I'm certainly, I'm open to, because of all the insurance issues, certainly open to giving extended times, but not without progress reports. I don't want to do that.
To June, at which time they give us the progress report, then we.
Well, I think June's too long for a progress report. What's happening in June, sir? That's when the committee's going to make a decision?
No, the June is the anticipated time that we expect for the insurance company to have received the appraisal award and then made payment under the policy.
All right, so what's anybody else think?
Ma'am?
Yes.
I would like to get, I think we're entitled to progress report every 30 days where they are in this process, because this process is like a moving board. It can change, okay? No need tying him up, no need tying us up with this, that we're gonna sit here to June to find out in June that, well, FEMA didn't get back to us in rightly time. Okay, I think we got a 30-day, and it's something at that 30-day we don't like, then we'll go back to the gentleman and say, what's going on? than to waste his time, our time with it. Every 30 days. If we don't get the 30 days, then we use whatever power and authority we have to get it. Then to just sit here and wait, to wait for that. Plus, you know, after they get their money, then they're gonna go shopping for a contractor. Good luck for a roofer. And this is gonna be almost into our next hurricane season.
Oh, yeah, it sounds
So
like
I'm
it.
not looking, you know, to sit here and think by June or July, we're gonna be out of this. That's not gonna happen. But I think we're entitled to that 30.
Just so you're aware, Ms. McErleen is present now at the, on the Zoom call. But I do want to address one of the things that you just stated. I don't know how fruitful every 30 days will be. I think that within 90 days, we should have, we should have an award from the appraisal panel.
All we would want at that 30 days is, yes, we're still on time for the 90 days. I think is fair to us.
Yeah.
At 30 days, it's either you're on schedule or you're not. It takes 2 seconds to do that.
Okay.
And tell us.
What does everybody else think about that before we vote?
Madam Chair, may I be heard?
You may.
Yes, Anthony Jackson, attorney for the city. What I hadn't heard and what's not real clear to me is the extent of the repairs that they have to do. What's listed as far as code violations don't seem like it should take forever to get done. I don't know if the insurance money that they're waiting on is for internal things as well. I would think it would be more reasonable to have a relatively short term for the for progress report if we're going to do that. And in that interim period, at least get some information as to what's the extent of what it takes to resolve the code issues and what's a real timeline to resolve the code issues. I don't believe that should be for another year. It may be, I don't know. I don't think we
Right.
have enough information on that at this point.
Can I go back and see the pictures again, please?
I just feel that the code violations are really outside of the damage of the house from the hurricane. Like the inoperable windows, they should be able to be repaired, the door, the entries.
I think some progress should be done on it too, without,
I mean, they have a deductible through the insurance that they have to pay no matter what, whether they get the insurance or they don't. They have a certain amount of money that is their deductible that they could apply to fix some of these code violations while waiting for a new roof.
So when did all this damage occur? This was Ian in 20,
One.
was that 21? 21 was Ian?
That's correct. Two, I'm sorry, two.
well, that was last 20.
Ian was 22?
20, no, it was last year. No, 22.
22.
Remember Ian.
Okay. And nothing's been done,
The landscaping.
landscaping only.
If you recall, in the beginning of my statement, I said that the insured is not, or Ms. McErleen is not able at this moment to make any repairs to the property while the appraisal panel is doing the work that they need to do. She needs to preserve it as it is so they can conduct an
All
inspection
right,
of the property.
okay.
So it's not like she's unwilling or unable to do it because of money, the
Right.
deductible issue. It's because she has to allow the panel to do what they need to do. Now that's gonna be over and done with within 90 days.
Okay, so I think there, certainly there needs to be, whether we order to come into compliance by the next cutoff date, or we order a progress report every month.
Would it be permissible for us to submit something to the board in writing?
To
give
the
you
code
progress reports in
enforcement,
writing?
yes, to the code enforcement officer, if, yes, you can do that. You don't have to And you can
To
issue.
avoid appearance.
Yeah, you don't have to appear if you stay in contact with the code enforcement officer and the department. Is that right?
Well, yes, I would agree. Madam Chair, if I could ask as well, or, and I think this is from understanding Council right, the 90-day time period probably is a reasonable time period for getting a progress report, but we believe that we can have a much shortened time period for actual compliance based upon the circumstances. We don't understand any reason why we need to wait 3 to 6 months longer for compliance unless that's what it takes. And we'd want a timeline to tell us that. That's at least the position of the city.
Is that what? What is the position of the city?
That-
I mean, if under oath, he's telling us that they're not allowed to touch, the insurance company says they can't touch the property. How does that then play into all of
Yeah,
this?
Madam Chair, we're not bound by whatever he's telling us that's related to their ability to touch, but he is saying that about 90 days that they should be able to
Okay.
start taking action. And that's why I made the suggestion of maybe accepting what he's telling us and giving them the 90 days for progress, and also to get us up to speed on what they believe it's going to take to get the compliance, which he will, if I'm understanding him right, they can start working on that after that 90-day time period.
How about we ask for a progress report in the April meeting? That would give them all of March, half of February, or all of February.
90
all
days.
of March, and half of.
That's 60 days, right? A progress report in 60 days.
And if I'm misunderstanding, Council, I'm willing to get that clarified.
Well, how do you feel
Yeah,
about that, Mr.?
I'm not exactly sure what you heard, but I'll repeat again. The appraisal panel is conducting their work. We're at the end stage where the umpire, who is the determiner, the person who makes the determination of the cause and the amount of damage, they've selected an umpire. He's begun his work. We've been told that that will take that could take up to 90 days.
Up to,
It-
their keyword, up to. So we're hoping it gets done faster.
One can always hope, but
Yeah.
I don't want to mislead the board into.
No, I
into,
understand. I appreciate
Any
that.
statement of mind that it will be done sooner. It's my understanding that that is a reasonable time frame
All right,
based on
thank
what
you.
I've been told by the
All right,
appraisal
Mr.
panel that it will be done.
Thank you. Mr. Mahegan, are you all right with waiting till April for a progress report?
Yes, ma'am.
You are. Okay. I don't know
Yes, ma'am.
whether I am, but,
I'm not.
and you're not. So we need to make a decision. I would like to see the progress report, find property in noncompliance, and have a progress report in March, the 6th of March. That's 2 months from now. And I don't want to get into this anymore. But one thing,
Madam Chair,
what?
so moved.
All right. We have a motion on the floor to find the respondent in noncompliance and order a progress report for March 6, 2024.
If this helps, we would
Or be
happily
returned
give
to
you
the
written
board for
progress reports
consideration
every
of
30
fine
days.
of up to what? Excuse me?
If this would help, we would happily provide you a written progress report every 30 days.
No,
And then in
I just
April,
call,
when
the motion on the floor was for a progress report in March. That's 60 days. And at that time, we'll make another determination, and hopefully you'll have some information through your progress report about what's been accomplished and what hasn't. Whether the committee's done its work, finished its work.
Did I get a second on that?
And well, I'm gonna ask this question. Why isn't a picture of the property as is, or a video of the property as is, sufficient for this assessment committee? Why does it have to be left alone like that? Do we know the answer to that? Has that got anything to
Because
do with me?
there's a substantial amount of damage to the property, and it's not just, an overview of the interior or the exterior. There's room by room damage. And also, the appraisal panel does more than just make a determination of how much it costs. It also looks at causation. So each side is putting their side, and making a showing of this is what caused the damage and this is how much it's gonna cost to repair.
Okay.
The structural engineers have gone in and made findings, so it's a rather detailed process.
Is that done under contract or under state law? All of that?
I'm sorry?
I mean, is that
Speak in the
determined
mic.
by state-
Go to the mic.
State law? Is that determined by state law or by the contract with the insurance company?
What is what
All
determined?
of this work, is that state law that determines how it's to be handled when you have?
Both.
No.
What do you go by?
It's both. It's contract and state law.
So it determines the timeline and how you're gonna do it and so forth.
That's correct.
So we told a man here that he had to complain to the state because it was state law.
Yeah.
He's telling you it's state law. So why keep playing lawyer? If you want a progress report, that's fine, but what he's telling you, no matter what happened, it's not gonna
Okay.
get done any other way.
Okay.
Let's get a vote.
All right, we have a motion on the floor by Ms. Himes for a progress report, finding the respondent noncompliance and ordering a progress report at the March 6, 2024 meeting. And I don't know that we're setting a compliance date right now. Do we have to add that in?
No, compliance will be March 4th. What's up to the-
All right, until it
March
come into
meeting.
compliance by,
March.
no, that we're ordering a progress report. We don't. Wait,
You have to have a compliance date to have a progress report, though.
right, we have to have a
said March
compliance
4th.
date to have a progress report?
No,
No, we
we-
do not.
We said.
Madam Chair, members of the board, if I can just speak briefly on that question. It's very typical, it's not unusual with our commercial cases for us to have where we do the compliance date at a later date after we get
Right.
progress reports. Just
So we
because
can
don't have enough
determine that, though,
information.
after we hear the progress report.
Right, at this
So
point,
we
don't have
just
enough
are
information.
ordering a progress report. The motion's on the floor. Is there a second? Second, Ms. Roby. All in favor, say aye. Aye. Like sign opposed. Motion carries. Thank you. That's it. We'll hear from you March 6th, and you can call in on Zoom again as well, if that's what you want to do. But make sure you stay in touch with, and get that progress report to
Mr. Stenson.
Mr. Stenson, okay? Thank you very much. All right, let's move on. Do you all need a break for 5 minutes?
Yeah, I did.
Okay, 5-minute break. And then we'll come back and resume our case as well, Mr. Stenson. I'm sorry. order. We're resuming at 11:25.
Thanks for the
Ready?
We gotta speak up too. I can hardly hear.
Yeah,
this
I know.
word.
All right.
I want to know where we're all going to get crayons.
We are, for Mr. Stenson, we are now on case number 30. CEB 01-24-20, James and Patricia A. Quayle. Okay,
This is a field-generated case. They were cited for unmaintained landscaping, address numbers, and damaged roof. I've had no contact with this property owner. Certified mail was received on 23 August of 2023. Compliance was due by 18 September of 23. Multiple site re-inspections, the last one being on yesterday. Property remains in non-compliance. We're asking for an order of non-compliance and compliance by the next cutoff.
property occupied?
It doesn't appear to be occupied, but occasionally there is a vehicle parked outside.
So you're
The chair will entertain a motion to find respondent in non-compliance or respondent come into compliance by the next cutoff date, February 7th, 2024, be returned to the board for consideration of a fine of up to $1,000 per day.
So moved.
Second.
All right, a motion, Mr. Harrington, second, Ms. Himes, all in favor, say aye. Like sign opposed, motion carries. Case number 31 is in compliance. Case number 32. CEB 01-24-25, Hunting National Bank. Is the respondent present? Oh, okay. This is at 820 North Oleander Avenue.
We have a picture?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's getting it.
It's just one photograph.
Case
that's all.
32.
At any rate, this is a complaint-driven case. They were cited for unmaintained landscaping, outside storage, stained exterior walls, damaged exterior door, and peeling paint. I'm at 820. Okey-doke. The landscaping has been corrected. The outside storage has been removed. The exterior stains have been removed and building repainted. The only thing left now is they need to do some work on the exterior front door. We're asking for an order of non-compliance and compliance.
Oh,
by the
good.
next cutoff.
Well, that's a surprise. Okay. All right.
There are no pictures.
Do we have any pictures?
There was just one. This is lost in the sauce.
Okay, that's all right. We'll rely on testimony since everything's almost completely finished. So the chair will entertain a motion to find.
Madam Chair, before you proceed on that, if we may, it appears that this is actually Huntington Bank.
Oh, okay.
Huntington National Bank, and we don't have return yet on that service, and they're out of state. So we probably need to either continue or
Continue it.
pull it one or the
Continue.
other.
All right, chair will entertain a motion.
Yeah, we've added enough to continue. Yeah, we'll go
Okay.
ahead and continue.
Chair will entertain a motion to continue the case until February 7th, or, I mean,
Yeah, we should be able to
actually,
reissue and-
February 15th.
Yeah, we should be able to reissue it, at least if we don't get a return or know that we've
Okay.
gotten it at the right address.
I thought that
right
was
in the-
too easy. All right. All right.
33.
33, all right.
Is there such a motion to continue this case?
So
Oh, I would gladly move to continue the case.
Need a second.
You can be a second.
Oh, I'd be the second.
Yeah. Okay, Ms. Himes made a motion, Mr. Harrington the second. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Like sign opposed, motion carries. Case number 33 is in compliance. Case number 34, CEB 11-23-150, Mendel, David, and Janet Beth Radabo. You tell me.
Right.
Sorry, what, please state your name and address for the record.
Janet Radabach, 215 Morningside Avenue, Daytona Beach.
Be sworn in, please.
I'm sorry, your name is?
Janet Radabaugh.
Do you solemnly swear or affirm that the testimony you're about to provide is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes.
Thank you.
Okay. All right, Mr. Stenson, what can you tell us?
Yes, this was a field-generated case for a damaged roof. The certified notice was received on 8 July. Compliance was due on, 5 August of '23. Last visit to the property was yesterday. The property does remain in non-compliance. I have been in contact with the property owner, and we are asking for compliance time of April because of delay in materials for the roof.
April, well, that is 1, 2, 3 months. Okay. I mean, is that missing that whole part of that structure of that roof? Is that what I'm seeing?
No, that's just one side, both sides, just extensive damage to the roof. And it's tile.
Oh. So we're having problem getting the, I'm trying to, what are the issues that is taking so long to get fixed?
I believe the owner could probably answer that. better
Okay,
than
go
me.
ahead on.
This is Hurricane Ian damage. We didn't, the insurance company didn't settle with us till August of 2023, almost a year later. When we settled with them, that same week we called, well, we had already been in contact with G&W Roofing about the roof. When the insurance settled with us, we called G&W Roofing. We signed the paperwork to get the new roof on. They pulled the permits that same week, the first week of September. And this is how long it's taking to get the barrel tiles in.
Were you told that you couldn't do anything? until
Yes, we
the
were.
insurance-
Yes.
Oh, thank you.
And so and it's been very difficult as homeowners and very stressful
bet.
to live like this, and the insurance company does nothing.
I wish we could help. I went through some of that myself, but
I did too. Thank you.
it's a terrible thing, so we have
Mhm.
to take it up with our insurance commissioner of the state, I suppose. Because there's really, or elect different people that
Mhm.
care about insurance problems in the state. Anyway, so that's why, and they're estimating that it's going to be, tiles, 3 months before you get the tile and get it all on and everything.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we ordered it, like I said, first week of September, or September 1st, I think was the date.
Oh.
And it's going to be March before it's in delivered.
Okay, so. Chair will entertain a motion to find respondent in noncompliance or respondent come into compliance by April 3rd, 2024, or be returned to the board for consideration of a fine of up to $1,000 a day. Such a motion? Who made the motion? Okay, Ms. Roby and Ms. Himes is second. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Like sign opposed. Good luck.
Thank you.
All right, now,
Madam Chair?
yes.
I'm sorry, can we go back and revisit number 30, whatever number that was, 30, number 32? I just wanted to correct something I said on record.
Okay. All right, we're going back to case number 32 for Huntington National Bank.
Yeah.
okay, At 820 North Oleander.
I think we're still fine with continuing it. I do have a return to service, though. It is indicating
Oh.
that they were served and someone did sign for it.
Okay.
For Huntington. I think we do need to amend.
Right.
Or correct the,
Right, okay.
the style or the name. And so we'd ask for that to be done.
Fine, you don't have to change it.
We don't have to change anything, right?
We'll correct it
Okay.
on the next
Well,
issue.
yes,
Just put a little note in the minutes of the record to be corrected.
You know,
Yeah, and we'll go.
I gladly made the motion, you don't have to change it.
Right.
That's good.
Just wanted to make sure it's clarified.
Okay.
I'm glad you did.
All right, now, we are on case 35. See, why? Well, there you go. Are you finished, Mr. Stenson?
I'm sorry?
Are you finished?
Yes, ma'am.
Case number 35, CEB 11-23-138, Eclipse Asset Management, Inc. Good morning, Mr. Garcia again.
Good morning still? Yeah, good morning.
Still morning.
So,
This is at 613 Willie Drive.
yeah, this is a citizen complaint and for overgrown grass, damaged fence, and no address numbers. It's a vacant property and have no contact. It was posted on May 17, 2023. The compliance due date was May 29, 2023. My last reinspection was on December 20th, 2023. The staff recommends finding of non-compliance, compliance by next cutoff.
Is this management company located in town, or do you have any idea?
I have no idea. I have no contact at all. I've left notices and you
Have
see
they-
the postings. They see there's even postings on the tree, on the door. Somebody cleaned up the little bit and a little bit of the grass, but that was it. I don't know who did it.
Well, do we need to notify them by mail, or is posting's fine, right?
I've done the certified mail and they've returned.
Right, okay.
And they do have at least according to what we were indicating here, they do have a local address.
Okay. Chair will entertain a motion to find respondent in non-compliance or respondent to come into compliance by 2/7/24, be returned to the board for consideration or fine of up to $1,000 per day. Such a motion? Motion, Ms. Roby, second, Ms. Himes. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Like sign opposed, motion carries. Case 36, CEB 11-23-136, Nelson Cummings at 848 Kingston. Okay. Go ahead, Mr. Garcia.
This is a citizen complaint for outside storage, debris, parking on the grass, overgrown grass. Certified receipt was returned on March 20th, 2023. Compliance due date April 6, 2023. And I did a reinspection on January 8, 2024. I had recent contact, but the staff were recommending that the finding of non-compliance, compliance by next cutoff. The owner came in town and I think he told me he's gonna have them evicted. He's done a little bit of work, but
So it's a rental.
correct.
What's your recommendation?
Non-compliance, compliance by next cutoff.
Okay. Chair will entertain a motion to find respondent in non-compliance or respondent to come into compliance by the next cutoff date, which is February 7th, 2024, or be returned to board for consideration of fine of up to $1,000 a day.
So moved.
Such a motion, Mr. Harrington made the motion. Second, Ms. Himes. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Like sign opposed, motion carries. Case number 37, CEB 11-23-139, Scott Stansfield. Are you coming? Okay. And this property is located at 863 Julia. Good morning. Please state your name and address for the record and be sworn in.
Scott Stansfield, 863 Julia Street, Daytona Beach, 32114.
What is your address, sir?
863
Julia.
Julius.
Okay, all right, thank you.
Will you raise your right hand, sir? Do you solemnly swear or affirm that the testimony about to provide is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
I do.
Thank you.
Okay, Mr. Garcia, what would you like to tell us?
This was field generated, and the violations of faded and peeling paint, overgrown landscaping. Certified receipt was signed, returned on March 13, 2023. Compliance due date was April 13, 2023. My last reinspection was on January 8, 2024. I've had contact with the owner, and staff's recommending finding of non-compliance, compliance by next cutoff.
Okay, now, you're first notified in March. What's taken so long to get this property fixed?
I was up north and preparing, I've gone through a lot of trauma.
Okay.
All my possessions were stolen the night before I was ready to move out up north. I returned down here, the police had to remove someone from the property. I had everything needed to complete the inside, gone, pallet of tile gone, the possessions I had transported down here for years gone. So I'm starting from scratch.
So
But I can
all we're
comply.
concerned about is the outside.
I can comply with that.
Okay.
Within, I'm thinking, 3 weeks.
Okay.
So by the next
Okay,
date.
that's excellent.
Although the exterior is cypress wood, non-painted, my plan is to let it possibly grow over with vines as the previous owner had it.
I would talk to Mr. Garcia about that. I don't know, you know.
It's wooden exterior.
Yeah, I get it.
I bought it from the owner's wife, Mrs. Smith.
When did you buy it?
Oh, my memory is not
Oh,
exact
okay.
on that, but circa,
generally.
circa 18, 17, 18, 2000.
Okay. That's good. That's good enough for me. Okay.
So, I mean, I had put washer
Yeah,
and
you-
dryer in there, that's gone, all my clothes are gone.
Yeah, I'm sorry you're having.
Valuables,
All right, I'm sorry you're having all those issues. The
Gone.
only thing that you have to do
yes.
is just take care of
That-
what's on this.
I'm gonna
plan,
make it look
as
pretty.
far as we're concerned.
Yes, I wanna make it look real.
All right.
Really,
Okay, Chair will entertain a motion to find respondent in non-compliance or respondent to come into compliance by February 7th, 2024, or be returned to the board for consideration of a fine of up to $1,000 per day. Such a motion?
Second.
Wait a minute, who made the motion? Ms. Roby made the motion, Ms. Himes is second. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Like sign opposed. Good luck. I'm sorry
okay,
for the
thank you
problem.
so much, thank you.
CEB, case 38, CEB 11-23-131. Shakisha Berry, Kenneth Crawford, Alicia Crawford, Tillman. Okay,
This
go
was,
ahead.
this is a citizen complaint. It started off with dirt and grime on the exterior surface, was what I cited it for. It was posted on July 20th, 2023. Compliance due date was August 20th, 2023. My last reinspection was January 8th, 2024. I've had no contact with the owner. Staff's recommending a finding of non-compliance, compliance by next cutoff. And during the process of all the postings and everything, the grass has been overgrown. It's been growing and nobody's maintaining it, so that's why you see like this. And I've also cited it for overgrown grass on another
Okay.
case.
Oh,
Yes, it is.
Chair will entertain a motion to find respondent non-compliance or respondent come into compliance by the next cutoff date, February 7th, 2024, be returned to the board for consideration of a fine of up to $1,000 per day. Such a motion?
So moved.
Motion, Mr. Harrington, second. Second, Ms. Himes, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Like sign opposed, motion carries. Case number 39, CEB 01-24-16. Alexei Nakandrov.
Just for the record, the owner left during the break. He said he had to go to work. He couldn't wait any longer.
I wish we'd, okay.
He did agree that the property is in non-compliance. This was a citizen complaint generated by that. Violation outside storage, overgrown grass, weeds, illegal parking of vehicles, trash and debris. Certified receipt was signed and returned on October 2nd, 2023. Compliance due date was November 2nd, 2023, and the reinspection last was done on January 8th, 2024 for finding of non-compliance, compliance by next cutoff. He says he's got some done, and he's working on it still, but.
It was worse than that before.
Actually, he did have, he had cars, more cars, and boats and stuff in the front yard. He had them even at the curb. He had at the yellow curb. He had there was 4 motorcycles, no tags. There was a trail and all, with the assistance of Sergeant flowers there. We got all the vehicles moved out the front, and now he's working on the inside now.
Is what? Working on the inside?
I'm sorry, on the inside of the gate, on the
Oh,
property.
okay.
Yeah, I'm sorry, that was, yeah.
Yeah, okay.
We got all the vehicles on the
Okay.
outside, on the road,
Yeah.
taken care of.
Okay, Chair will entertain a motion for respondent non-compliance or respondent to come into compliance by February 7, 2024, be returned to the board for consideration of a fine of up to $1,000 a day. Is there such a motion?
Moved.
Motion, Mr. Harrington. Is there a second? Second, Ms. Himes. All in favor say aye. Like sign opposed, motion carries. Case number 40, CEB 11-23-135, David McMillan.
Number 40 was in compliance, January 4th, 2024.
They are in compliance?
Yes.
Okay.
Wow. What do you know?
January 4th?
Yes.
Yeah, January 4th. Case number 41, we're getting there. CEB is 11-23-142, Edward Alexander and Deloy Alexander.
This is
Yeah,
a
why? I don't know.
citizen's complaint for no address numbers, damaged soffits, boards on the windows, dirt and grime on the exterior surface. Certified receipt was actually not signed for, was returned, and I posted it on October 5th, 2023, for a compliance due date on October 15th, 2023. My last reinspection was done on January 8th, 2024, for a finding of non-compliance, compliance by next cutoff, and I also had no contact. It's vacant, and it just seems like it's an abandoned building. It's just, nothing has been done.
Is that like a townhouse type thing?
I'm not sure. They're just.
Is that a
numerous.
standalone, no, that's what we're asking, is that a standalone house, or is that it's a townhouse?
Move to non-compliance, next cutoff.
All right, Mr. Harrington has made a motion to find respondent non-compliance and to come into compliance by 2/7/24, be returned to the board for consideration of a fine of up to $1,000 per day. Is there a second? Second, Ms. Himes, all in favor say aye. Like sign opposed, motion carries. Case
And
number,
Madam Chair, just for the record, we'll be correcting the scrivener's error on that name, it's Deloise,
oh,
according to the warranty deed.
okay.
I'm sorry, I said Deloise, that's not true, it's Dolores. Dolores. To the,
This one.
41.
DELORIS.
Okay, fine.
Dolores.
Case number 42, CB 01-24-10, Becky Franklin at 319 North Frederick.
This is a citizen's complaint for trash, debris, overgrown grass, weeds, damaged fence, junk vehicle parked on the grass, rubbish and garbage. Certified receipt was not signed. It was returned, and I posted it on 9/22/2023. Compliance due date was on October 22nd, 2023, and I last re-inspected on December 20th, 2023. No contact. Staff recommended finding of non-compliance, compliance by next cutoff.
Vacant?
It's vacant, yes. Originally, I found it in the state that you see it, with all the trash and all that and everything, and just recently, my last re-inspection, I found it like this. Somebody's been.
So something's happened.
Somebody's doing something, they not contacting me, and I posted everything.
Okay. Chair will entertain motion to find respondent in non-compliance or respondent come into compliance by the next cutoff date 2/7/24, or be returned to the board for consideration of a fine of up to $1,000 per day. Such a motion? Motion, Ms. Himes, second. Second, Ms. Roby, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Like sign opposed, motion carries. Case number 43, CEB 01-24-13, Max Risk at 1090 LLC.
This was a citizen complaint for damaged driveway and no rental license. Certified return receipt was on October 5th, 2023. Compliance due date was November 5th, 2023. The last re-inspected was January 8th, 2023. And I've had contact with the owner. He has taken care of the driveway. He's repaired it. And he's now just waiting for the rental license. He's applied for it. I believe they're doing it today. But he couldn't, I couldn't close it out until he couldn't do anything until he got.
Right. All right. Chair will entertain a motion to find respondent in non-compliance or respondent to come into compliance by the next cutoff date, February 7th, 2024, be returned to the board for consideration of a fine of up to $1,000 per day. Such a motion? Motion, Ms. Roby, second. Ms. Himes, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Like sign opposed, motion carries. Case 44, CEB 01-24-7, Eddie Anderson and Joyce Cooper at 568 Heineman.
This is a citizen's complaint.
Are you for this case? Okay, come on up. Sorry you've had to wait so long. Sometimes happens.
Yes.
State your name and address for the record, who is ever going to be testifying, and be sworn in, please.
My name is Ed Anderson. Ed Anderson at 568 Highland Street.
Okay. 550.
568.
568.
568, yeah.
But I would like to make a correction for the Joyce Ann Cooper. I'm Joyce Ann Anderson.
Okay. So we'll add that. What else do we need to do?
No, that's fine.
Okay. Yeah, but same person. Okay. Will you be sworn in, please?
Will you both raise your right hand? Do you solemnly swear or affirm that the testimony you're about to provide is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes, true.
Thank you.
Madam Chair, I was just gonna say that we'll just do it as also known as,
Also known as, okay, that's fine.
the tax.
No, she says no.
No,
Are you a different person
no,
than that
no.
person?
Yeah, I'm a different person. No, I'm not a different person, but it's Joyce Anderson.
Just the last
Yeah,
name has
yeah,
changed. Well,
okay.
that will
Okay.
probably come, that will cover.
Or previously known as.
Previously known
Okay.
as.
Yeah, it's shown in the tax deed as Ms. Cooper.
Right, yeah, okay, so we're all set with that, that's fine, there's nothing,
I mean, the tax record, I apologize.
all right, okay. Go ahead, Mr. Garcia.
So this was a citizen.
Did we swear them in?
Yes.
Go ahead.
So citizen's complaint for trash and debris, overgrown grass and weeds, damaged fence, RV parked on the grass, and rubbish garbage. No, I'm sorry, I'm reading the wrong one. I'm sorry, scratch that. It's outside storage, overgrown grass, no building permits for enclosing the garage, debris on the outside of the unit, torn windows, screens, unpainted area on the exterior and missing flashing.
Okay.
The certified receipt was returned on September 25th, 2023. The compliance due date was on October 25th, 2023. I last re-inspected the property was on December 20th, 2023 for finding of non-compliance, compliance by next cutoff. And I have had contact with the owner. I've spoken to Mrs. Anderson plenty of times. She has making some progress of cleaning up the exterior. The only thing they were working on was where they closed in the garage without the permit. She's decided on removing the garage doors and having it left open.
Okay.
Pictures of showing that they removed the doors and they just got a tarp in the front. We just explained that they couldn't have that. And I think they even decided that they may want to put a door, and I just
Someday
let
you're
them
gonna
know
be
that they
able to
just
put
need a
door back
permit
to
for it.
replace it. You just,
Okay, what is
pla-
your recommendation?
Finding of non-compliance, compliance by next cutoff.
So moved.
Well, okay.
Seemed like a lot of things.
We're having a discussion now.
Yes.
Everything be correct. I took the plywood down, I got pictures of it. well, about 2 feet of plywood for a door, and I already did that.
I'm gonna do a
I cut the
reinspection.
yard, yard
Okay.
been cut, and they been painted. The wind blew a piece of aluminum flashing about this wide, about this long, I put that back up, about 2 feet long.
All right. Mr. Harrington has made a motion to find respondent non-compliance in order the respondent to come into compliance by the next cutoff date, February 7th, 2024. Or be returned to the board for consideration or fine of up to $1,000 per day. Is there a second for that? Okay. Second, Ms. Himes, all in favor, say aye. Aye. Like sign opposed. Motion carries.
Yeah, I'm gonna, see them today, and then
All right, thank you
Thank
very
you,
much.
thank you.
Okay, thank you. Case, thank you for coming. Case 45, CEB 01-24-22, Charles Slappy. Mr. Slappy here? Okay.
So citizen's complaint for outside storage, no permit for the shed and windows, the structure, the wooden structure, trash, debris, damaged fencing, damaged windows, unpainted wood surfaces. The certified receipt was not signed and posted on October 20th, 2023. Compliance due date November 20th, 2023. I did a reinspection on January 8th, 2024. I have spoken to the owner of the property, but staff recommends the finding of non-compliance, compliance by next cutoff.
What did he say? Anything?
This is one that this guy, he pretty much tore up my the notice, and there's no talking to him, and
Okay.
he did a lot of yelling. He hadn't done anything.
Somebody living in that tenant
Yeah,
front?
I'm sure there's people walking through the back. There's one picture I took from the other side of the street. If you look keep on, there's a blue tarp, that one right there. That's on the street on the other side, and so I don't know, something's going on, who's living in there or what, but he's got a lot of cleaning up to do.
Okay. Huh. Chair will entertain a motion to find respondent in non-compliance or respondent come into compliance by the next cutoff date, February 7th, 2024, be returned to the board for consideration of a fine of up to $1,000 per day.
Second.
Motion, Ms. Roby, second, Ms. Himes, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Like sign opposed, motion carries. Case number 46, CEB 01-24-28, Matthew Aaron Johnson. Yeah, hey, you're here, okay. Yeah. This is property as 950 Tomoka Road. Please state your name and address for the record and be sworn in.
Matthew Aaron Johnson, P.O. Box 720, Pennington Gap, Virginia, 24277.
Do you solemnly swear or affirm that the testimony you're about to provide is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you.
All right, we'll hear from Mr. Garcia first. Go ahead, Mr. Garcia.
Okay, this was a tenant complaint. The thing is that the property was purchased with the tenant on the property. So he was actually complaining about all the stuff that he actually did. But I'm gonna
Wait a
read.
minute. All right, let's go back. So this was a tenant complaint for the old owner or the new owner?
He was under the old owner.
Okay.
The new owner purchased the property with him on the property still,
Right.
which he had evicted.
Yeah,
Oh, he's been evicted?
Yes.
Yeah, I had to have the sheriff's office remove him, and when I did, he called and made a complaint basically on himself. All this stuff was his, and it was there when I bought the place. I didn't rent to him, so it was kind of a nightmare.
I don't think you've sworn in yet, were you?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yes, ma'am.
I know, it kind of runs together after a while.
I'll read the violations.
Go ahead.
There's overgrown grass and weeds, dilapidated shed, unpainted roof, no address numbers, unfinished ceiling roof, dilapidated front steps, broken windows, dilapidated exterior doors, no door handles, holes in the walls, peeling paint, dirty walls, dilapidated interior doors, rubbish and garbage inside the rooms, leaking plumbing fixtures, exposed wires, and dilapidated the outlets that didn't have covers. There was also some vehicles on the property, junk vehicles, and the certified notice was signed for on September 8, 2023, and compliance due date was September 18, 2023. December 20th, 2023 was the last time I was on the property. And I've had several contacts with the owner and Virginia and here. He came to the property and he pretty much cleaned up. He worked on it daily. So you'll see the last pictures towards the end where he's made a lot of progress.
Good.
But he has to come back and finish, so we're asking for the April cutoff for him.
Because once these things are cleared up, then he's gotta get a rental license if he wants to rent.
I'm not gonna rent it.
You're not gonna rent it?
No way.
Done with it?
No way.
Done with it, huh?
Yeah.
No, I'm eventually gonna move down here. That's why it's been taking me so long. I'm trying to make it nice, but there's a lot. It's like an acre lot, and it's basically like a forest. And there was junk back in the weeds. There was junk under the house, like trash we had to fish out from under the house. I mean, it was really, really, really bad. We have to sanitize before we can even do anything. I don't want to just cover the stuff up, you know?
Right. Okay. Well,
So most of it has been done?
Oh, yes, he's cleaned up a lot. All the vehicles have been removed, he's painted, he's sealed the roof.
that person's gone.
Yes.
Right.
You
And he's-
recommending the next cutoff?
No, the April cutoff, to allow him to continue on the interior. He's gonna have me come in.
Need inspections and all that, right, permits?
What he's doing doesn't really require permits. He's got just the exposed wires, is just where they ripped off the,
It just the outlet's missing.
yeah.
They
and
just
that
took
missing
the
outlet
outlets. and-
Covers and,
Yeah, they just kind of ran, when I told them they were kicked out or evicted, they kind of went crazy and just, there was a guy sleeping in a van in the backyard. There's people sleeping in different corners of the yard back in the woods. I mean, it was a process.
Okay. Is April okay with people, or do you want to do March? What would you like to do? I mean, he's done a lot. He's making
Yeah,
a faith effort.
I live 700 miles away, so I try when I can. I've actually came on weekends and had to drive back and forth because I'm doing all the work myself, so that's why I kind of need a little time just for the in between.
So we see I have it for April 3rd.
Yeah, that's what, is that acceptable?
Yeah.
Anybody have a different idea? All right. Chair will entertain a motion to find respondent non-compliant or respondent come into compliance by April 3rd, 2024, be returned to the board for consideration of a fine of up to $1,000 per day. Such a motion? Motion, Ms. Roby, second, Ms. Himes. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Like sign opposed. Motion carries. Thank you
Okay.
very much.
Appreciate it.
Case 4701-24-29. F.E. Harper, I'm sorry you've had to wait so long. I'm moving along as fast as I can.
Good morning.
Good morning.
I think my mom probably already talked to you.
oh, yeah, she had to leave, but I didn't know she said.
Oh, okay. State your name and address for the record.
My name is Sharonica Green, and the address is 732 Westmoreland Road.
Do you solemnly swear or affirm that the testimony you're about to provide is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes, ma'am.
And F.E. Harper is your mother?
My grandmother, she was here earlier today.
Okay.
We had to take her out.
Yeah.
Um,
Wait a minute, we're going to
Go
hear
ahead.
from Mr. Garcia
Okay.
first, then I'll give you a
Okay.
chance to talk. Do you live there?
No one lives there. We took my grandmother out of her house a couple years ago because of her health. We are trying to rehabilitate it so I can move back to the house.
Go ahead, Mr. Garcia.
So this was a citizen's complaint for parking on the grass, dirty fascia and no address numbers. The property was posted on October 20th, 2023. The compliance due date was November 20th, 2023, and my last reinspection was on December 20th, 2023. Finding the property in non-compliance, compliance by next cutoff. The only thing I seen was that the numbers were up. her mom showed me pictures today that,
I had the cars removed.
right, the vehicle's removed and the fascia was clean. So I'm gonna be doing a re-inspection today, and if everything's taken care of, then I'll put in compliance.
Yes.
Chair will entertain a motion to find respondent in non-compliance or respondent come into compliance by the next cutoff date, 2/7/24. Or be returned to the board for consideration of a fine of up to $1,000 per day. Such a motion?
Second.
Motion, Ms. Hyams, second, Mr. Harrington. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Like sign opposed. Okay, good.
Thank you.
Sounds great. Thank you very
Yes,
much.
thank you.
Yeah, just stay in touch with Mr. Garcia and he'll. Okay. Case 48 CEB 01-24-30. Estefania Fernandez. Hillcrest 1311 Hillcrest Drive.
Good morning.
Hi, how are you? State your name and address for the record, please.
Yes, in the 1311 Real Crush Driver, Daytona Beach.
And your name again was?
My name is Stefania Fernandez.
Okay. Will you raise your right hand? Do you solemnly swear or affirm that the testimony you're about to provide is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes, I do.
Thank you.
All right, Mr. Garcia, what can you tell us?
This was a citizen complaint for doing work on the roof without a building permit. Certified receipt was signed and returned on May 18, 2023, for compliance due date on May 28, 2023. I have had contact from Ms. Fernandez, and I done a re-inspection. Last re-inspection was on December 13, 2023, and finding the property in non-compliance, compliance by next cutoff. They've applied for the permit?
Have they?
Yes.
Yeah,
I don't know how far it's in now.
I'm waiting for the survey.
Oh.
You give me more month, please.
You need a survey to repair a roof?
Oh, I don't know.
Yeah, probably.
Yes, she tell me I need a survey. I tell my daughter she call for somebody for survey. She tell for more month.
I don't know if they're doing other work, because I know there was an issue about the fence line, the line.
Could be.
Yeah. So,
Do you have the survey done? Do you have to have a new survey? Do you have a copy of the survey?
No. I'm waiting for survey. I know I have now.
Yeah, it must be something besides the roof.
yeah, the property's vacant. They purchased it, and they just been doing some work on it. But there was a neighbor dispute between her and the neighbor about the line and hedges. They wanted to remove hedges or wanted to, so that may be what she's talking about.
Where do you live? What is your address?
And 1509 Tate Street in Cocoa. I removed the bush, the message in my property.
Well, we're not gonna get into that.
Oh,
But
okay.
the issue before us is working without a building permit. So whatever you have to do to fix that other issue is up to you.
Okay.
So what is your recommendation, Mr. Garcia?
Compliance by next cutoff.
Okay, but you have applied for a permit
Yes.
for your roof.
Yeah. This is okay. What happened is he's telling me I need it for survey, and now I'm waiting for survey.
Well, you need a survey because of the roof? We're thinking that
No way.
that's not correct, that you don't need a survey to get the roof done.
I'll call her daughter and find out. There's a language barrier, and so
Okay.
I've been
all
speaking
right.
to both.
Okay, so good. All right, so we'll fix that. All right.
Next cutoff.
So moved.
All right, Mr. Harrington has made a motion to find respondent in non-compliance or respondent to come into compliance by 2/7/24, be returned to the board for consideration of fine of up to $1,000 a day. Ms. Hymes seconded it. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Like sign opposed. Motion carries. Okay, just You talk to Mr. Garcia and he'll
Okay.
help you through this process.
Okay.
Thank you. Case number 49, CEB 01-24-31, RDW Leasing. Anybody here?
This is another one that left. He left during the break.
Yeah. Okay. Well,
So this is a citizen complaint for no building permit for enclosing the windows, overgrown grass and weeds, unpermitted door and hardware, and no rental license. I spoke to him outside, and he says he's gonna remove the enclosing of the windows, and he'll get back with me when he's done. So,
that's all, have you done anything?
If you look at the front door,
Yeah.
that's the only thing he's done. And then the grass, he cut the grass.
This is a leasing guy? Management company?
That's the owner right there. He was the one that was here today, but it's just his leasing and management
LLC.
property, one of his, yeah.
What's your recommendation next month?
Yes, next cutoff.
Okay, Chair will entertain a motion to find respondent in non-compliance or respondent committed to compliance by the next cutoff date, 2/7/24, be returned to the board for consideration of a fine of up to $1,000 per day. Motion, Ms. Himes, there a second?
Second, gladly.
A happy motion from Mr. Harrington, and a second from Mr. Harrington. All in favor, say aye. Aye. Like sign opposed, motion carries. One more case. Are you waiting for this case this whole time?
Yes.
Did anybody, I'm sorry, I didn't realize that.
She did that before.
They haven't called me yet, I'm walking slowly.
I know, we haven't called you, I didn't realize they were waiting for case, I really didn't know what you were doing over there.
I can't sit in these chairs, my neck injury is driving me nuts.
Well, I wish you would have said something to somebody. When you
Talking
accept-
hurts, eating, I'm a pig, but eating hurts, I've had to stop sometimes.
Okay.
I wondered where he was, I saw him on the thing sometimes, and I'm looking at him, and no, that's not him, he's hiding over here.
Okay, all right, let's get this case.
Ah.
Margaret Eberwine,
Perfect,
Thank
you're hired.
CEB 01-24-2 at 348 Jack.
Avenue. People leave Avenue off. There's 8 or 12 Jacksons, and Avenue's the only one, and people drive all over looking for me.
Avenue, all right. So state your name and address for the record and be sworn in, and please don't stand in the back anymore if you need, if. you
I
have
can't
a
sit in
medical-
these seats.
I know, but if you have a medical condition, we can move things around for you.
I'm getting surgery soon. One of my old things got fired up when I started pulling carpets.
Okay.
What's your name, ma'am? Your
Oh,
name?
okay. The Mariposa. Margaret Eberwine.
Will you raise your right hand? Do you solemnly swear or affirm that the testimony you're about to provide is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
I do.
Thank you.
All right, we're gonna let Mr. Garcia tell us what's going on.
This case was complaint-driven of outside storage, illegally parked vehicles, trash and debris, and dilapidated fence. Certified receipt was returned on September 13, 2023. Compliance due date October 13, 2023. I've had contact with the owner. Last reinspection was done on December 11, 2023, for finding of non-compliance, compliance by next cutoff.
Has anything been done?
She took out a little bit out of the front. She's removed some. I think she said she was putting it in the back, which I told her you can't put it in the backyard. And I don't know if I know she's dumped some out. She's had a container out in the front to be picked up, and she's put stuff in the container, and they removed some, but these are the pictures that were my last reinspection.
The vehicle's still illegally parked?
Yeah, she has a little trailer in the front and it has to be behind the building line, behind the back. A lot of the fence has to be, all the fencing has to be removed. See the trailer there? There's a lot of, I think there was a TV back there and some tables and chairs, and I think she left me a message yesterday saying she wanted to put a couple of dozen chairs and tables outside the front for her. I don't know.
All right, well, here's, what's your recommendation?
Compliance by next cutoff.
Okay. All you need to do is take care, for us, is take care of the violations that are stated here. You need to park the car legally, clean up the trash and debris, fix the fence, and clean up the outside storage. Nothing else matters, what you want.
Right.
Okay, so, yeah, what are you gonna do?
My body has been compromised since the last time a car ran over me. It kind of went into shock when I couldn't eat the servings on the trays that they put in our rooms. I lost 30 pounds in 10 days, and I believe that's why my body kind of went into shock. January 2011. I'll think about, no, let me think about this. January 2019. And it took me a year when I got home to take care of myself. I said, I could take care of myself. They just wouldn't, I didn't have none, I had 3 working phones, but not with me. So they put me in this place, that happened, and one guy visited after a couple of guys listened. I said, take me out of here, just take me home, tell them you're gonna take care of me and I'll be fine. They wouldn't do it.
Okay, all right.
But it took a year to just walk on my feet.
Okay, I am sorry you're having all these complications in your.
And I have a doctor's letter here
But-
about,
About what?
do you want to read it?
No, we don't need to have that yet, because we're not doing anything other than you're in compliance.
It says, please allow me additional time because I'm experiencing all this stuff from my neck injury.
What?
My hand, I need an operation soon because it hurts like
Do you
heck.
want that, do you want to put that in the record? Give it to.
You can.
Mr. Garcia, and he'll give it, and we'll put that letter in the record. So what we're doing right now is either your property is in compliance or it's not in compliance.
And I also don't know where to put the fences because the code department, the permit department says they have no record, but I got text messages yesterday from someone that my house was built in '60. The permits and the swimming pool and the fences were on, 1965 or 8 or something. It's on my phone, but I left that out in the truck. But I'm getting my land surveyed.
I'm gonna.
When I get that, I'll get fencing and I'll know where to put them and that'll be
I
done.
need you to concentrate just on what's on this.
When I get the permit done and get the fencing
I get
done,
it,
I'm
but
cleaning out to put my trailer.
Stop.
Okay,
All we're
I'll
here
forget.
today to do, we're gonna calm this down a little bit.
Okay,
All
thank
we're
you.
here today to do is to say you've either fixed these things or you haven't fixed these things. Nobody's fining you money, nobody's doing anything.
Okay.
So that's it. That's it for today.
okay.
It looks like you need a little help, but we can't help with that. If you have questions about how to come into compliance, how to fix these things, you need to ask Mr. Garcia. We can't tell you
Okay.
what to do about that.
Okay.
What is your recommendation?
Next cutoff.
I said the next
Sorry.
cutoff.
Motion to vote.
All right, we need, is there a motion to allow the respondent till next month, February 7th, to come into compliance or be returned to the board for consideration fine of up to $1,000 per day? Such a motion? Yes? Ms. Himes, and second? Second, Ms. Roby. All in favor, say aye. Motion carries. All right. So,
Thank you very much.
okay, we can't help you as much as
know.
we'd like to. Mr. Garcia can send you in the right direction, but you have to get this work done to come into compliance,
I
one way or
took
the
most of the chairs back, but I use a lot of chairs and tables.
I know, but we can't do one
I'm just
thing at a
saying,
time.
I go
know, I
out with
get
my
it.
Bible or my lunch, and I sit outside a lot, but I can't
Okay,
take them out all the time.
okay.
But that's with you.
Okay, we have a motion to adjourn. Is there a second? Second. Okay. Motion carries.